Oh, my only crime was being happy. That's all I did.
I hate you.
Holy shit, Danny.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Market Down. Actually, you know what? It's WrestleMania. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Market Down podcast. My name is Nick Cummings, joined this night by Dana Hernandez and Chad Big Bad Johnson. And we are here to review night one of WWE WrestleMania. All right, that's enough of the big announcer voice. Anyway, this night was awesome. I enjoyed all of it. So I think we should just dive right into the main event, which saw the Usos face off against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. This was dope. It was emotional. It was just, man, I don't even really know how to describe it because it was a lot of things. Sami ended up winning after hitting 3 haluva kicks to Jey Uso in the corner. Kevin slipped in a pop-up powerbomb, or I actually was it a pop-up powerbomb or a stunner? It was a stunner. Thank you to Jimmy while he was trying to interfere. But this match was really, really, really fucking good. The end of the Bloodline starts here, Danny. How did you feel about the main event tonight of WrestleMania?
Oh my God, I loved it. Oh, it just built and built and built. The crowd started hot for it. They waned a little in the middle, as you do with any match, but they picked back up so hard, and they were on the edge of their seats. They were popping for everything. They were ready to see this. We all knew what was coming, but goddamn, and this is going to be a running theme of this show. These goddamn near falls. Oh my God. So many great kickouts. Jey and Sami in particular in this match had some of the closest near falls I've seen in some time. I know like Roman's the master of like the 2.9 kick out, but goddamn, these guys gave him a run for his money tonight. When Sami kicked out of the 1D, forget about it. That was as close as it gets. That really had, I think that really unglued the crowd because that was one of the few times where they truly bought it. Because, you know, we know they're kicking out of the double splash at this point because it's been done not all the time, but it's been done like 3 or 4 times.
Enough, yeah.
So like it's enough where like we know this isn't ending like that, like, you know. But that 1D was enough to get the crowd for that split second to think, oh shit, they're gonna do this to us, you know, like they're gonna, because it's always, you always have it in the back of your mind, like. This is WWE. They might make you hate yourself, especially to swerve you for night 2. But god damn, I love this. This was so emotional. I love that Jimmy hit Sami with the haluva kick. It wasn't great, but he hit him with the haluva kick, and then he caught him. He did the Sami Zayn thing because I love every time Sami does that. It gets to me. I feel something like that is. Such a beautiful spot to hit someone with your finisher and catch them and hold them and just pity and or empathize with them in that moment.
And
Jey doing that to Sami.
He saves it for like the most emotional times too.
Yeah, this match with Kevin Owens, War Games with Kevin Owens. Here with he only does it with people he considers his brother or considered at some point. And it was just magical. And I will talk more about this, and because we're going to be all over the place about this match because there's so much to talk about. But I want to throw it to Chad for a little bit before I go off for like 10 more minutes.
I think the word we are all looking for is riveting. This was a fucking performance. It was like a movie almost. Like the imagery was painted. I mean, we all predicted correctly who the winner would be, but just getting to the winner, I don't think any of us knew it was going to be this actual like masterpiece. I got to give it to the Usos. They really, really sold me tonight. I mean, they've always been good, I guess, but like tonight, just helping Sami and Kevin paint the story made them look so much better. This match was incredible. Best night 1 main event in a long time. probably the
Weird
best night
statement.
one main event, period. But I'd have to check. I have to.
I was gonna say, I think
was
now I
better?
feel like I need to check.
And what? Check what? It's the only competition is Bianca Sasha. Stone Cold versus Kevin Owens wasn't better than this.
Okay,
And the
so then
Boneyard
yes,
match wasn't better than this.
Best,
Also, yes.
best night one main event ever.
Yeah.
I think in terms of like actual matches, yeah. And actually, no, that's not fair to the Stone Cold thing because I love Stone Cold Owens last year. It was unbelievable, considering
It wasn't
for
this
what it was.
though.
No, but it was not this. Like I said, it
This
was unbelievable
was
for
like-
what it was. This
The
was
culmination of the storyline period was leagues better than anything we've seen on a WrestleMania stage in years.
yeah. No, storyline wise, yeah. It's something we haven't had in a really, really, really long time. And I'm quite frankly, I'm very glad they put this on at the main event. We talked about this on our prediction show. I don't think anything else could have main evented. No disrespect to anybody else on the card. I just think emotionally there
all
wasn't
disrespect.
anything else.
Nothing
No.
was fucking with this.
You don't think
Period.
Miz versus Pat McAfee could have main evented?
Now,
That was-
Daniel, don't do this.
Oh, that's your boy. That's your boy.
My
You
boy. No,
absolutely know that could not have main evented shit.
Not without a proper build. Let's be realistic here. Maybe if there was some emotion in there, I'm fucking with it. No, this just it had too much with it. I said this in our chat while we are talking about it. If this didn't go on last, I feel like it truly could have been like a WrestleMania X8 type of deal where they had Rock Hogan go on before Triple H and Jericho, and nobody cared about the main event because they were all emotionally invested in the one before it. So it was just a really, really smart move to put this on last. I really enjoyed it. I do have one nitpick.
Come on.
There was a bit of a dead space in the middle there when Sami was just absolutely eating everything. And I get the storytelling of it where he was, he just took all the super kicks and the splashes and whatever it was, and he kept kicking out. I feel like they just kind of lost the crowd in the middle there. And I think there was perhaps another way to do it where maybe they would have kept the crowd the entire time. I'm not saying it was bad. I think there was another way.
You know what it is? I think it was with that just a timing thing because it seemed so long to the point where, the crowd and logic would make you think, okay, where the fuck is Kevin now? He can't be that hurt for him to for Sami to get all this punishment for it seemed like at least 6 whole minutes.
Well, he was double choke slammed through a table.
But they were doing the beatdown, then he came in and then he got put through the table, and then I think there was more beatdown. So it was it was a little too long in my opinion.
Yeah, it was expensive. I agree.
I'm not gonna fully argue against that. I just particularly liked when he was like on his knees taking the double super. His selling was like superb in that.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with the way they did it. I just think in terms of what happened in the ring, I just thought it was a little too long for me.
But talk about a fucking actor. God, Sami is like, I mean, what can he not do at this point?
Just beat Johnny Knoxville. But other than that, like he's untouchable.
Did you see on the pre-show Knoxville cut a promo and he still hates Sami Zayn? He was like, hey, James Gisanti, what's good from Los Angeles? James, obviously our correspondent James on location in Los Angeles, coming right out of WrestleMania. James, if you have anything you want to tell us that happened at WrestleMania, whether in the chat or if you want to call in real quick, let us know. We'll try to hook that up. But
Anthony's right though too. Jay also killed it with his acting. But yeah, James, why aren't you here? It's like 8:00 where you are. What excuse do you have?
Because James is helping Papa G get home. So leave him. Well, actually, here's what's happening right now. Papa G is currently negotiating with somebody to buy a commemorative chair. And then James is going to get him home. That is exactly what's happening right now.
I've heard about the chairs. That's absolutely what's going on.
I've watched Papa G in action. He is a fucking master of the art form at getting those chairs.
That's dope, though.
Oh, man. But
I love that, man. James goes, it's 9:40 and I'm helping Papa G. See, exactly. That's what I said.
yeah. But oh my god, this match, man. I like you were saying, I just wanted to touch on it real quick. This main event was the right choice, like we said, but it main evented allowed us to avoid the Triple H Jericho situation you mentioned, because the match that would have gotten that treatment got a way better reception than it would have if it main evented. So without, and we'll talk about that more when we talk about that match, but all the chips fell into place here. This deserved a main event. There will be another women's main event probably next year. Hell, the women can main event night 2 again as soon as next year, because who knows how the Cody experiment's gonna go. But like, the tag titles will never main event Mania again. This was the one time you're ever gonna get to do that. Let's do it. Complete right move. But this match was great. What was your? We're just gonna power through right now. What was your favorite spot of the match? Do you guys have a favorite spot of the match?
Wait, James, can you hear us?
I can.
What was your favorite spot of the match?
What? The tag match, main event?
Yeah, we're talking main event.
The finish, the three haluva kicks. How could you not get emotional watching that?
Yeah.
Took 2 to put down Kevin Owens when they feuded, and this felt a lot sadder in a lot of ways.
Just because I know we don't have you for very long, how was your overall experience at Mania? How's everything going so far?
Overall, this was a beautiful show. I was hyped from beginning to end. Very, very lucky to have been here live. To the very, very large man who was man-spreading next to me. I hate you.
Fuck you, dude.
And to the guy behind me who openly admitted, I love Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, but then booed them throughout because he was just cheering for the heels. No, thank you. No, thank you. All
What
night,
a dick.
all night, just the heels, booing the faces to get a reaction.
I hate people who do that.
James, can I?
Yeah.
Can I ask you? Finish your thought, but then I want to ask you a question. Other than that, what?
Overall, Rollins and Logan Paul killed it, and Rhea and Charlotte had some of the biggest reactions of the night. It was crazy.
I can believe it. Producer boy, what are you? Get off the screen, bro. What are you doing here? But James, just real quick question for you. How was it that your favorite wrestler of all time had the worst match of the show? Does that bother you?
I was expecting it to be the weakest match of the night. It's a bummer. I don't think it was bad. No one thought it was bad here. We were just the air got completely sucked out of all of us when he lost, which I don't know why, because we should have known better. But everyone was really pulling for the Cena win, and then people were just done.
Gotcha. Again, we're gonna circle back to the top of the show soon, so the rest of us will talk about that match more. But I just wanted to get your opinion, because for those who somehow don't know, this is the John Cena guy of ROH fame, more famous than I don't know, anyone that's come out of their company, I want to say.
He's got the Spinner US title on.
Good shit.
I saw he was rocking that at the Ring of Honor show this weekend.
You know it. Guys, I love you. I got to head out. Got to somehow find an Uber. But
wait, James,
I'll talk to you later.
Before you go, did Papa G get a chair?
We're trying. We might have to wait too.
All right. That's the only thing I truly care about, is whether or not Papa G gets a chair. What up, Papa G?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
What's going on, Papa G?
Papa G.
All right. We love you from California, from SoFi Stadium. I think I said it right. Mark it down later.
All right, James. Thank you so much.
Love you, man. Have a good one.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay
I don't
safe.
know how to get out of here. Kick me out.
Just hit. All right. I can kick you out.
Oh shit, I can too. Oh
Yes, you can.
Someone
Yeah,
added him back.
I got you. There we go. Producer boy, are you?
Yeah, what are your opinions, bro? You wanted to say something?
Are you here? It appears producer boy is trying to join the show. We will let him figure out his technical difficulties. While we go back to this main event, I mean, do you guys have anything more to say about this? It was phenomenal, but I'm very excited.
Yes,
Okay, well, I was going to say, Dan, I'm very excited. This is the first step in the end of the Bloodline, like we talked about a lot on our prediction show, and the storylines from here involving them are vast and they're exciting.
They very much are, and I just want to say, what down with the Bloodline, and this gives us a lot of hope for night 2 because night 2 has a lot to follow. Even though I think I'll be a little more critical of this show than you guys, but this I have no criticisms of this match, and I want to say I'm very obviously we're all happy for Sami. Like he got to main event of Mania. I mean, and again, I'm using main event loosely because I still kind of have that opinion that
of course
the night one main event yeah,
and it's night 2.
But in this defense, we all could have seen Sami Zayn main event in Mania. We all kind of believed that it was a possibility, but no. See, Navarre, that's the thing is, I do not agree with. I mean, that would have been bad because then I wouldn't sacrifice one story for another when they're on equal levels. If it was like if Sami and Kevin weren't as over as they were, sure, but with how they are, that's not the right call. Because Roman still might just win tomorrow. You know, it is still Roman. So we might as well get the feel good. If anything, it adds more suspense because now it's like, are they really going to give us a happy ending 2 nights in a row?
Right.
But I am so happy for Kevin Owens too because
Absolutely.
Kevin's been kind of given the
Floundering.
short end of the stick in terms of WrestleMania moments as well. You know, Kofi Mania was great, but that did come at Kevin Owens' expense in particular.
And then when he was, Festival of Friendship with him and Jericho, they ended up feuding for the U.S. title because fucking Goldberg came back. So, producer boy, do we have you there?
I don't really know. I don't know what's happening here, but
we can kind of hear you. You sound like.
Are you mashing your keyboard? Like, what's going on?
I'm driving. It was fine for a second, and now I'm no longer connected to anything.
Are you driving from the stadium?
Yeah, I'm driving from LA right now.
Oh, cool, bro.
Well, I wish you luck on your 3,000-mile journey from the stadium over I-80.
Oh, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like the aliens and Signs talking to each other.
I was gonna say it sounds like he's underwater.
Hold on.
What was your favorite spot, Eric, in the tag team match?
Oh, we can see your car.
Oh, we have producer boy's. I think it's his cup holder, or is that this? Oh, no, it's the top of his car.
Oh, I see a white hand.
Yeah, it's like motherfucking Super Smash Bros. With the white hand coming down over us.
What was your favorite spot in the tag match, producer boy?
The ending. I like the little Ric Flair-ish, Shawn Michaels-ish ending thing that they had going on.
Yeah, I see that. Basically, I love you. I'm sorry, kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean,
great comment. Great comment.
What about you guys? What was your favorite spot? Danny,
I mean,
I can't see it though.
I think the kick out of the 1D and the camera missed this because Kevin Dunn's always gonna Kevin Dunn, but he fucking missed the angle. But Sami didn't just kick out; he powered out and fired up from that And not in like I'm totally fine way. And like, I can't stand up, but I am shaking with energy right now. Producer boy, I'm going to remove you for a sec because all we hear is like the choppiness of the wind.
Just
but
so get your shit figured out, producer boy, and we'll let you back in.
right.
But so that was my favorite. But yeah, Kevin, super happy with him because like he got screwed with his big singles match was against Rollins, pandemic era WrestleMania.
Yep, which was awesome. He did get to jump off the thing.
yeah, it would have been more awesome with people though, you know. And the last year he got to main event So Cold, which I'm sure he loved. You know.
Sorry, JD's comment popped me.
Absolutely, that's why I put hilarious.
But yeah, so I feel really good for Kevin. I feel great for Jay because that you feel great for Kevin and Sami because of the moment, but you feel good for Jay because of what's gonna come from this. And Jimmy will just Jimmy, you'll be there, bud. You were there. You get your participation trophy. You get your little Cub Scout badge. You fucking irresponsible driver. You good for you, bud. You didn't really deserve it, but you're here, so cherish it, buddy.
I think we were talking right before James hopped in. We were talking about like how good everybody is an actor in this feud, and I think we had just touched upon how good of an actor Jay is. Like Jay, we keep clicking the same comments. Jay is phenomenal. I think this, starting with main event Jey Uso and now running all the way through this, we have seen how good of an actor he is. We see this emotion out of him. Like even on, I don't know if you guys saw the promo on Saturday, like Sami, I forget what Sami said specifically, but like Jay turned around and you can see in his eyes that he knows Sami's right, but he can't do anything because he's it's a lot of Stockholm syndrome, and B, he knows he has to stay in this because of Jimmy, because then this goes all the way back to the I Quit match. If Jay turns on Roman's gonna kill Jimmy.
Yeah, and
Jay knows this, so
well, maybe the world would be a better place, you know.
but in kayfabe, like he knows this, so he has to stay like that. When him and Sami hugged, and then Jay super kicked him, it was because Roman threatened Jimmy. Where if Jay hadn't come back in the fold by the end of the night, Jimmy was gonna get his fucking ass beat, or worse. So we're seeing this now, and now that they don't have the titles anymore, and let's just say, for argument's sake, that Roman does lose the titles tomorrow, a lot of this is going to start playing out, and I think Jay, I think, is actually going to start taking a lot of the brunt of Roman's anger, but once it turns to Jimmy, then we're going to get main event Jey Uso back, and that's going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome as shit.
Yeah. Down with the bloodline.
Down with the bloodline. All right. I think we could talk about this probably for the rest of the night, but there were other matches at WrestleMania, if you guys didn't notice. So
I forgot.
Just a couple. So let's head back to the top of the card where we saw a returning John Cena go for the WWE United States Championship against Austin Theory. Surprise of all surprise, I called it. Austin Theory cheated to win. There was a ref bump, and then it was so long ago I kind of forgot.
Yeah, it was a ref bump and then a low blow because of it.
Yep. So, and then Theory hit A-Town down, and he had tapped out also, if I believe correctly, to the STF while the ref wasn't looking. So Cena should have won, but he didn't. Now, I think the three of us, Chad, kind of agree that it was okay. Like, there was the nostalgia factor. Cena looked good enough, but it was definitely one of those things where, because Cena's returning, he has obviously a lot of other things going on outside of wrestling. He didn't do too much. So it was a very solid match, but nothing, extreme or over the top. But good nonetheless. And Austin Theory, in what I think is the right move, retains, like I said, via nefarious means.
Right. Well, I'm going to be honest. I think it was a bad match, but
well,
sorry.
I say
sorry,
because I thought it was mid, but I kind of expected it to be mid. Bad seems harsh.
I could take it as mid. I'll put it this way. It was bad compared to the rest of the matches.
That's fair.
And it was the worst match. And also, sorry, James. And also, I think it was perfectly placed because, you when you start off slow, it kind of gives you the rest of the night to be
build
exciting.
Up.
Yeah, it lets you build properly. So it absolutely should have been the first match. It wasn't a total snooze fest, but it just wasn't. I don't know. I guess it was super predictable after the second minute, and then from there, as I was predicting everything, I was just like, oh, okay, it's not even good predictions. I'm just like, oh, watch this happen, then this, and it happened exactly like that. If there would have been maybe just a little bit more element of surprise, it could have been better. I like seeing Cena back. I don't mind seeing Cena, even though this wasn't a great showing, but he can still kind of go, I guess. I don't know. I'm all over the place with this because tonight did make me like Theory a little bit again, even though I feel like I shouldn't like Theory. And I feel like the way Cena buried him a few weeks ago, he should stay buried. But I don't know. I still kind of see glimpses of potential in him, and I hope from here he does better or gradually gets better in some fashion. But I don't know.
It's interesting because you're right. Cena absolutely fucking buried the shit out of this guy.
Demolished him.
So
he absolutely let him know you're not ready.
Yeah, and I think the story was told that he wasn't. He had to cheat. He had to get a ref bump. He had to hit the low blow to win. So the story was told properly. It's just okay, and so Cena was right. So you do suck. You're not ready. So it's that promo in general just kind of put this whole thing. It was dead in the water almost.
Yeah. But I am curious to see what happens now because they can do something to unbury him. I just have no clue what. I don't know exactly what puts him on the good foot. Danny will say nothing. But I'm sure there's some option where Theory looks better later down the line.
I mean, it's weird. Danny, obviously Theory has places to go from here, but this match in general, I don't want to say can they save it, but is that where we're at here, or am I overplaying it?
No, that's where we're at here. This match was a wake-up call, I feel like a lot of us forgot, and this match reminded us. And James, I really hope you're here for this, but this match really was an awakening for a lot of people to remember Cena sucks.
That chant happened. I was dead ass. I was so surprised we got a "Let's Go Cena sucks" chant. I thought everybody was at a point where we all love Cena and we're gonna chant for him, and we got a "Let's Go Cena sucks" chant. I was shocked. I haven't heard one of those in a few years.
No.
First and maybe it was just for nostalgia's sake, but
Cena would prefer it if people were chanting that. But
I think at this point it's almost at a point where it's like the Kurt Angle "You suck" chant. You just do it because to do it.
Yep. It's a stick.
This match really put me off on the wrong foot. That it almost it took until Logan Paul and Seth Rollins for me to get back into Mania. That's not entirely true because there's a lot of things I enjoyed in the match after this, but this was a limp start to the show in my opinion. And I mean, I jokingly said I do put some of that on Cena, but a lot of that is I can't buy into Theory. That's a me problem, and I think any reasonable person problem. But like, man, like Cena, all Cena did was confirm what I've been saying and believed, and who cares about what's next? What's next is that someone like Montez Ford beats him for the title, and we move on.
No, absolutely. Or even Chad Gable, as we spoke about a couple weeks ago. Like, there are so many contenders to beat him. I was, I guess, saying from after he loses the title, can he be redeemed in a way to you? Probably not.
No,
totally
to me,
off him, right?
yeah, I'm kind of off him. I mean, he could have a good showing as a guy who fails to beat Cody for the title. And like maybe if he does a good job with that, I'll warm up some bit again because Elimination Chamber made me warm up to him a little bit, and then Cena was like, no, let me remind you, this guy sucks, and you were right. And then tonight, Cena was like, also let me remind you that you don't like me either, and that it actually would have been cooler if he squashed him. Like I genuinely think this would have been better if Cena won and they could lose the title on Raw for all I give a fuck, like. Because I think almost Theory's character would, because I still don't understand why do we have the failed cash in? Like if he's
that's always
going
to be.
He ended up with the U.S. title anyway, and now he's facing John Cena. Have him successfully cashed in,
right? He's been so mishandled. It's so weird. A failed cash in, a complete burial on the mic by Cena, and despite the fact he won tonight, like he just feels so blah. Like there's, and I feel bad,
he is blah.
I don't think he's a bad wrestler.
No, he's a good wrestler. He's a
really good wrestler.
He's a good wrestler, and I don't think his character work is that bad either. Just the way he's been presented to us is just nothing.
But see, that's the thing. See, he's fine on the mic. I won't say good or great, but he's fine on the mic.
He's fine.
He's had good enough promos. His character is good.
It's okay.
I think it was better when his character was taking fucking selfies than what it is right now.
Yeah, he was better.
I agree.
He was better as the himbo. Like
and
himbo NXT.
I take it as a supreme conflict of interest between creative backstage, because we know Vince loves him. I think Triple H does not, and I think they're kind of at war and picking and choosing certain spots. But
I don't know, because I'm gonna disagree with that you really quick though, because like he was doing well in NXT. He was part of the way. Like he had a good character in the way. People loved him back in NXT, and that was Triple H's shit. So
yeah, but the way
I don't think Tripp doesn't like him.
I think he was really just the dumb goofball comedic role. I think Triple H added him to make Gargano look better.
Yeah,
I mean the way was amazing, but I think all of that was built to just bring Gargano up, and without Theory or with Theory, Gargano still looked good. Not now, I mean, but.
First of all, I feel like everyone that was in the way is more successful than the Garganos at this point in time.
Absolutely.
Right now.
Well, hey, shout out Indy Hartwell won the title this afternoon in the ladder match with the help of Dexter Lumis. Yep, and Johnny won his match.
Dexter Lumis was the most interesting character in that battle royal on SmackDown. That shit was good.
And Johnny beat Grayson Waller in his unsanctioned match.
But he's a jobber on the main roster, so it's
so fair. But you know what's weird though, like, and I hate because I watched NXT and this afternoon because of Jay. Hello, Jay. Grayson Waller is a better Austin Theory.
Absolutely, by all means.
Like when he comes up to the main roster, he's just going to take his spot. It's gonna happen right now, and I'm not saying that because I don't think Austin Theory isn't talented. It's just the way Waller is presented right now. He's leaps and beyonds better than the way Theory's presented. So, like if he's presented the same way Waller when he comes up, like, dude, your spot's gone.
But also with Shawn Michaels back and forth booking, Grayson can be ruined in 2.5 seconds. 'Cause
2.0 seconds.
I hate you. Damn it.
But I want to say one thing about Theory. I think we can move on unless you guys have anything else to throw in. But
I mean,
Theory is Randy Orton without that intangible quality that orton Orton so fucking likable and interesting, except for when he's bored. He's bored Randy Orton.
Agreed. I agree.
Yeah, I feel where you're coming from with that. And again, I don't blame Theory. I think is my bigger.
It's not
point.
him. It's creative.
Yeah, it's just
Because he's
lack thereof.
he's trying to make shit work. It's just nothing's sticking because he's not as interesting.
Yeah, like you're set up to fail when they send you out there against one of, or as Michael Cole calls him, the greatest WWE superstar of all time, and he goes out there and says he's not going to fight you because you're too much of a bum.
But you know
and
what?
then you go out and fight him and beat him by cheating. You're set up to fail.
To do a blast from the past, and James, if you're in the chat, please answer. This is exactly what Vince McMahon did to Drew McIntyre when he was the chosen one.
Yeah,
like,
and look
Drew,
how
Drew
well that worked out.
McIntyre sucked for like a good 3 months until he won the Intercontinental Championship, and then he sucked again.
Yeah, no, he never stopped sucking at that point.
And then he was a 3-man band, and then he left and got good, and then went to NXT and then came back. So
And now he's gonna go to AEW.
yeah, I was gonna say. So what? We're gonna see Austin Theory be good in 5 years after he gets fired? Is that?
I mean, that's kind of what I was going towards, actually.
I mean, like it was
It's a shame because I used to be a Theory guy.
I mean,
Ladies and gentlemen,
he's also
future GCW champion Austin Hypothesis coming to a card near you.
Is fucking nuts.
he is a combination of the worst parts of Randy Orton and the worst parts of Sammy Guevara. And that's that. Let's move on. What happened after this match?
Man does have a punchable face, so the Sammy Guevara comp is
very punchable.
Is right. All right. After this,
a fuck boy.
Well said. All right. After this, we had the men's WrestleMania Showcase Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match, which had Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus Street Profits versus Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders. I think we all thought this match was going to be very mid. This match was a lot better than I was expecting it to be. I genuinely enjoyed this match. The end had Ricochet hit some really good spots, and he ended up getting caught, and the Street Profits ended up winning. But, Danny, I thought all of these guys showed out a lot, and the crowd was very into it, and I had a really good time watching this match. Like, I know it didn't really mean anything, but it was a very fun, Fatal 4-Way tag match.
This is really a duality of fan situation where this match
you couldn't have cared less.
I was into this, but like it still shouldn't have been. This match shouldn't have been here, but I simultaneously enjoyed it. I did not want to see this. I still wish it wasn't on the card, but it was really good, and I just want to run through the best parts of this match real quick. And weirdly enough, most of them involve Braun Strowman. But Dawkins fucking shoulder checking Strowman when he was doing his fucking run around the ring.
Out.
Amazing.
Oh.
That's a great spot creatively. And the fact that it was who would have guessed Dawkins would be the person to fucking do that? Good for him. And then Gable fucking hitting the Chaos Theory suplex on Braun, which we all know he can do. Like, it's shocking to see, but no one's surprised that he can do it because we've seen him do it to guys that size already, or more or less. I mean, Braun has lost a lot of weight. Braun is in like crazy good shape. Good on him, but like
he looked like he got in really good shape. Like he looked phenomenal. Like he looked like he dropped a lot of weight. He was very toned. He looks really good.
Yeah, he's on the Control Your Diet program, and it's just worked wonders for him. But
bravo.
And even the finish, like the way that Dawkins held Ricochet in like on his knees
Off
after
the back
countering.
breaker.
Yeah. And then Ford hit the splash. I feel like it's probably been done before. I feel like any spot I've ever seen has probably been done before, but like that was unique as fuck to me. And I love that. So this match was great. The Viking Raiders were in it. I can't tell you a fucking thing they did.
They had that really cool
in
pose. They had that really cool pose with Valkyrie, and then Braun Strowman showed up behind them.
See, that's how much it doesn't matter. It's Valhalla. Actually,
that's Valkyrie.
That's how much it doesn't matter.
Valhalla.
Lo siento, wrong Nordic. Wrong Norse god there.
But this match was fun. It did not need to be here, but I will not take away from how fun it was.
Yeah, I mean, look, we always have this match on the card, it seems, where we have the, hey, let's get people on the WrestleMania card so they get the paycheck type of deal. And sometimes it's, the armbar, at least it used to be. Sometimes it's a random tag, and obviously this was the random tag. And sometimes they suck. Sometimes they're really good like this one for no particular reason. But
can I just address James's when have they fallen off from where? Bro,
they were good in NXT.
They were great in NXT.
Everyone was great in NXT. We can't even count that as falling off anymore.
That is untrue. There were a lot of bad.
We're not talking about 2.0, okay? But like, we can't count that as falling off anymore because every call up sucks. So like, they haven't fallen off anything.
They've been handled well when they were first called up.
I know they just weren't butchered when they were first called up. They were handled mid at best.
I gotta say, have they held the titles?
Yeah, for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, they had the Raw titles for a minute. That's what I'm saying. They were done well for a while.
A while and a while are both stretches.
Okay, a while.
They were done decent for a smidge.
Okay, a smidge is fine. I didn't know the increment. Sorry, Daniel.
James immediately just goes, Danny is wrong.
Oh, well, James doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. This dude wore a John Cena belt to WrestleMania, so, so what does he know? Bro, the Raiders haven't done shit. They were fucking bowling with the Street Profits, running away from Omos when he was a ninja, okay? Never forget. They were afraid of a fake snake in a dumpster. Okay, where have they fallen off from exactly?
I will say this. Also, Jay, we meant 2.0 the tag team, not NXT 2.0. But I will say this. Before in NXT and beforehand, the Viking Raiders and whatever else they went by at the time were really, really cool. And then they got to main roster. The stuff with the Street Profits was kind of fun. But see, I kind of liked it. But James isn't wrong. They did that. It was fun, but it wasn't them. And then just straight off a cliff. But they have done absolutely nothing for a really long time. And it's a shame because they're really, really fucking talented. Like, their shit in PWG, and I know I'm getting real in the fucking weeds here. Like, they're good. And they do nothing. And it sucks. But
if I could be honest, they did well in the match. They just weren't important. Ivar is,
but that's the point.
Yeah,
they can do well. They're just not fucking important.
Yeah, because Ivar is borderline spectacular. He was like the most talented big man in the match.
They finally let him break out the moonsault for the first time in forever, and he missed it.
Yeah, true.
So,
but he had it.
This joke is just for you, Ref.
Raiders are screwed with a new QB.
But
God,
as far as my views on the match, not to really compare and contrast, but do you guys remember when WrestleMania first announced that they were doing the first Money in the Bank match?
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this? This is going to be horrible. It's going to be a terrible idea. Everybody likes a ladder match, but what do you get? This is dumb. And then now it's one of my favorite pay-per-views. I say that to say that this match had no reason being on the card. I completely agree. but how fucking dope was it though? To me, this match was borderline great. Like it had all the bells and whistles. The proper team won, which I wanted to say in the chat. I forgot because we did on the prediction video that Ricochet and Braun would win. But when I seen Ricochet win last night on SmackDown, I knew that they weren't going to win tonight. And I wanted to say that the Street Profits were going to win, but I just didn't type it. But just know that I was right anyway, because I'm always right.
Gotcha.
There you are.
But no, the match was good. Dawkins looks fucking great to the point where we're always going to look at Montez, but now it's like, shit, when Dawkins goes solo, he's going to have a nice, decent little run as well, I hope. Braun, surprisingly, looked really good. Ricochet always looks good. I think Ricochet is in, honestly, with all due respect, I think Ricochet is in the best possible space he could be in, because he's where he's shown enough, but not too much. And I'm sure he wants higher spots in booking or whatever, but he's just never going to get that, and it is what it is. And he's doing great maximizing his opportunities where he is.
He's actually really complacent.
Is he?
Yeah. He definitely has addressed people complaining about his spot in the card and just being like, I'm just happy to be here. So
I think he absolutely should be happy to be here, because he's doing great where he is. Like he's in the perfect shuffle, I think. I mean, I don't see him as a main champion. His Intercontinental Championship run was okay, but I don't see it going further than that. So I think it's fine that we just see him every week still. He should be, blessed that he's being seen every week doing all that flippy dippy shit. But like I said, the Raiders are nobodies now, but they did well. Fucking Alpha Academy, who I really secretly wanted to win, did very well.
I outwardly wanted them to win.
It was low key for me only because I don't know exactly what they're doing, and we all know that Gable's supposedly getting this push. So I don't know if Otis is getting the short end of the stick, or if he's gonna be, whatever, if he's gonna flourish. But I don't know. I wanted them to win. But no, the match was dope. This was really good. Like, to the point where I was like, I don't care who wins. I'm having fun. It's a fucking fatal 4-way tag team match. I haven't seen that in a minute. And
hey, producer boy.
it was just entertaining.
Can I say real quick that to address this tweet we have on the screen, I think adding stakes to this match would have actually harmed it in a weird way, because then you care a little bit more about who wins, and you might have that little bit of like, oh, but now they're just going to do this. Granted, I feel like the Street Profits was going to tag title opportunity regardless, but putting stakes adds apparently unnecessary expectations this match didn't need. But I don't know. Maybe I just want to disagree with Sean Ross Sapp for no reason, but
honestly, I because I was live tweeting the show tonight, I saw a lot of his tweets. He was on point for a lot of stuff. I ended up quote tweeting him quite a few times just because he had a lot of good opinions tonight. And I don't necessarily agree with everything he does, but he was pretty on point tonight.
Do you think you can take him in a fight?
On Ross Sapp?
Yeah.
I've never seen what he looks like, so I genuinely have no idea. Also, I don't know how good I am in fights, because I have so many concussions. If I get hit in the head with anything, I get a little fucking...
All right, but he doesn't know that.
That's true. But
to address we like the flippy dippy dudes. You just have to be more interesting than Ricochet.
Yeah, Ricochet has a bad personality. Not in real life, well, maybe in real life, I don't know, but on screen, he's never had a personality.
Yeah, Ricochet's big knock has always been he hasn't been the best promo, and I think in WWE when you're not the best promo, it's a big detriment to you, because obviously I think WWE is the most promo based. What am I looking for? Just show in general. So it can be a little difficult when you're not a big promo guy. That being said, I'm a big Prince Puma fan, so
Yeah, I'm a big Prince Puma fan too. But also,
and that man
that being
never talked, and look what he did.
Ricochet is not the Ricochet we all loved before he got there. He does not do any of the crazy shit he used to do. Like, he does what all the other high flyers do. Santos Escobar does more than Ricochet. I have seen like 3 Santos Escobar matches, bro. Like, and
Santos is really good.
Ricochet does like the basic high flying shit. He does just a couple of splashes, a standing shooting star press, which is like cool, but like he doesn't do the stuff like when he debuted in the ladder match in NXT. He's not doing that stuff on the main roster, and he hasn't really. So like, how is he standing out from the other high flyers? He's not even except for the spot with Logan Paul in the Royal Rumble, but that was more of a Logan Paul spot, and Ricochet happened to be the only guy that can take that bump with them. But we need more of that from Ricochet, because we've all seen the Ospreay clip over and over again for a lot of us, but like, we don't see that in WWE, and he doesn't have to do that much of like a acrobatic rehearse sort of thing. But Braun hitting the splash too. Kudos, to Braun for that. But I don't want to keep talking about Ricochet, but like, we haven't seen the Ricochet we saw before WWE on the main roster. Not even a fraction of it, honestly.
I know. Do we remember when Ricochet flipped from inside the ring to nearly on fucking stage with a wrestler who shall not be named because he's in hot water?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Hey.
That's like top 10. Oh, Nas is back. What's up, bro?
Nas?
I haven't seen him in weeks, months, years.
I'll say
he could say the same about you, Chad.
I'll say we've been a little back and forth on the Twitter, but it's good to see you in the chat, Nas. I'm glad you've been able to join us. No, you guys are right about Ricochet though. I remember, and this was a big deal. Do you guys remember when he fought Will Ospreay? And
Absolutely.
like they did the most like flippy shit show ever.
Absolutely.
And it was like one of the most polarizing matches of all time. We ain't got a sniff of that Ricochet since he's been in WWE, even in NXT. Like, that man ain't done none of that shit.
He's borderline taking the Nakamura approach.
And I don't even know if that's his call. Like,
I feel like he probably was told to tone it down a bit. And because you do have to limit your movesets with WWE, and it's like, bro, okay, see, that was great. That would have been, he would have done 10 more of those.
He immediately got taken out and lost right after that. So, also, producer boy, be careful, because I'm assuming what you're doing now is what got us banned in fucking like 6 countries in Eastern Europe. So,
well, it's probably audio stuff. Probably.
Yeah, you're probably right. Just keep the audio off. Are we good? No, we've been talking about Ricochet and a bunch of stuff for a while there. The guy in the dark saying, like we gotta get dead ass fucking chat. We gotta get you a light.
I'll get one too.
But yeah, no, we can move on from this match.
I'm Batman.
All right, let's move on. We had Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch versus Damage Control, which is obviously comprised of Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. This was I enjoyed this match. I thought Trish and Lita looked very good considering where they are.
Okay.
Really good is a stretch.
Considering where they are, I didn't say that.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm not saying they look good. I'm just where they are, they look good.
I'm gonna say some shit. Go to me first.
Okay, dude. Honestly, before I even get to you, I tweeted out, and I meant this legitimately. I went on Twitter. I really like Trish's hat. And I've always liked it. And somebody goes, "Oh, that's what you like." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, I like the fucking hat. I like the other things too, but I love a woman in a hat." So,
bro, see, I'm a mark, but like that tweet that producer boy just put up made no sense. They're like, Becky walking out, or Tristan Lita walking out to Becky's theme is lame. They came out to the theme first, and they're putting over the star that's active on the roster. It makes also why are you showing a clip of Britt Baker super kicking someone? Makes no sense.
Yeah, no, I thought that all made sense. And Trish and Lita's names were on the Tron too. Also, Moz, just random side note. I thought the stage was phenomenal. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, yeah.
I really
Yes.
liked
Yeah,
the
stage was great.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
this was the first match or the first entrance where I really noticed how great it was.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, the reason that there weren't any pillars around the ring is because there's a roof at SoFi Stadium, and they only put those pillars around the ring to put the awning up when they do it at an outdoor stadium in case it rains, like what happened in Tampa a couple years ago. So, roof, no rain, no pillars. That was for you, producer boy.
Yeah, no pillars. This is an AEW. We don't have pillars here.
But no, I enjoyed this match. I thought there were some cool spots. I really liked the spot where Becky and Lita picked Trish up to do the thing off. I don't know what they call it, but she did the Rana like off the top rope on the to the outside. I thought that was really cool. Trish and Lita hit their finishers, and then Becky hit an avalanche manhandle slam off the second rope to pick up the win over Bayley. So, Chad, you asked to go first. Absolutely. Enjoyable match, nothing groundbreaking, but a lot of fun. Couple legends mixing it up with some of the new blood. I enjoyed it. I have no hate, and I do think before because I know I'm kind of gonna steal Danny's thunder here. I do think it is gonna kind of lead to the dissolution of Damage Control, though.
Yeah. I mean, I think that was the perfect setting for that to happen. A few hot takes here. Well, they're not really hot. They're like lukewarm. Io Sky was the best wrestler in that match.
Oh, yeah.
No offense to Becky.
No, she and don't even cut you off. She is the best wrestler in that match.
Yeah, no. Io Sky, I think, is
the most talented.
Leagues better than even the legends. And it showed tonight. Like, it really showed. Like, I think she's just like in a different stratosphere, pun intended. I have, sorry for whoever is, I have never been a Lita guy. I don't like Lita almost like at all. Like, I respect what she's done, which is mimic the Hardys.
And Edge.
She's literally she's like Mega Man. She sampled every power of every guy she's fucked. Sorry. I feel like I'm being disrespectful, but it is what it is. Her age really showed in this match, and I know Danny's gonna say that Trish's did as well, but Trish at least looks better. To me, I mean, it's an opinion, I guess. Whatever.
I don't disagree, but I think Trish has had a little help.
I mean, Trish has always been hot, though. So I mean, she's always been hotter than Lita, even in their peak or their pinnacles or whatever. To me,
all right. So I don't want to get too far in the weeds in this, but I agree. But I know there are plenty of men who would disagree.
Yeah, I mean, it's like opinion. That's all.
Yeah, that is a stylistic preference, I would say.
Yeah, that's all. Just a preference. I just felt like Lita was always kind of trashy. Oh well, she proved to be trashy. But
we're getting deep in the weeds here.
Someone said that Lita looks like shit. Let's be honest.
Oh, bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll get to Flair later.
I don't think Lita looked the best. Trish obviously didn't look the best. Becky looked the best, as she should have, because she was the best on that team. And I do like how they kind of chaperoned, like, legend chaperoning a legend, because Becky is just phenomenal in everything she does. But yeah, highlight for me was Io Sky. The proper person took the pin. I need Bayley to either get mad at Sky and Kai now and fight them, or
I think the reverse is going to happen. I think they're going to get mad at Bayley.
I'm fine with that because Io Sky doesn't like anybody. So
I'm stealing all of Danny's shit right now.
She'll turn on anybody in a minute. But the match overall, though, it was fun. Like it was a cool little nostalgia pop. I love women's wrestling, of course, so it was good for me. okay. I don't like Lita. Sorry.
That's fair.
Not sorry.
It's completely fair. Like, you're allowed to not like people, you know, in terms of like their wrestling style. Danny, like I said, I did just steal a bunch of your stuff, but in terms of the future of Damage Control, but how'd you feel about all this?
I mean, I think you guys did say a lot of how I feel, except all the Lita hate. I mean, don't get me wrong, she shouldn't be wrestling anymore. But
it's not hate. It's just, you know, I'm indifferent. It was hate.
What?
It was hate before.
Say I don't like someone and then say I'm indifferent.
If I may, for two women who have barely touched the ring since the early 2000s, I thought they looked okay.
First of all,
no, they looked okay. I agree.
Lita had the best match of her career a year ago against Becky.
Well, fair.
So, you know.
So somebody.
What do you mean? Well, their match in Saudi Arabia was actually good. Like
somebody is going to be
good matches.
Yeah, somebody's going to be up in here being, oh, what about when she main evented Raw against Trish and won the title? But
the match was like 8 minutes long. It wasn't that good. It was just awesome for contextually, like what it was.
I know. I'm just saying something.
She had a really good match with Victoria. I don't know when.
You can't, but you can't compare the quality of matches back then to anything in the past 8 years. Like, it just you can't do it.
That's true.
But to get back to the match at hand. Oh, sorry, Rev, you have a point. You can say
I was just gonna say really quickly, like when it comes to any old school woman that comes in, especially Trish and Lita, I always look at them and it's hard not to think about, like, what if they came up now? Like, what could they do? Like, how good would they be? It's really difficult to.
It's tough. It's something that, like, maybe, or I'll put it like this to give some credence to Chad's opinion, but I think Trish would be okay. Lita, I just think there's people who do what she did a lot better now and a lot safer.
Right.
Lita, that's the maker. Lita's really reckless, which is why her body is taking more of a beating than Trish has. Yeah. So the match.
Yo, she's Mega Man. Yo,
that's such a good fucking comp.
I don't know if you guys remember S.A. Rios.
No, what?
Negative.
Okay.
Ghostwriter.
She first came in as the valet to a luchador with no mask named S.A. Rios, and that's where she got the moonsault from. And then she, like, after that, went to the Hardys and took all their moves. Then she fucked Edge and took like 3 of his moves, and then she just combined them. And now her moveset is from 3 different guys.
Okay, well, did she really? What did she take from Edge? She really doesn't do like the spear.
She used to do the spear.
She hit a spear tonight.
As like a call. Okay, so I don't want
to her skill set.
I don't want to call anyone sexist or anything, but if a guy did that, you know, you would just probably see it as paying homage to those who have taught him. You know, it would be looked at more fondly. You know, if it was a guy.
If he took moves from 3 girls.
Christian does a spear for Edge. You know, do you hate him for that? Do you hold that against him?
For that, I do hate him for taking the frog splash from Eddie.
Actually, no, never mind, because you said Eddie, but you know, I was gonna say you could not hate Christian because he's better than Edge.
We'll get to Eddie. Don't worry about that.
But yeah, apparently, the guy is somehow in so many manias. But you know, and all jokes aside, look, I agree. I don't think Lita has it anymore, but like she wasn't terrible. In this match, and neither was Trish. It's just my main gripe with this match was when Trish first got her hot tag, and she did fucking nothing for the first 10 seconds because Bayley wasn't in position, and then she kind of just weakly kicked Bayley, who was on the floor, and then weakly hit Io and Dakota, and I was like, oh, like you have no idea how to like improvise in this moment where things gone wrong.
That's one of those times where you can see where, because Trish didn't come up in the current environment, I think, like, she hasn't had an opportunity to even learn how to improvise because back then it was you do this, you do this, you do this,
everything was
this.
phoned in and scheduled.
Yeah.
And you didn't really have a hot time.
And then you leave in 2.5 minutes because you're the fucking women's match. Like that's how it was back then.
To react to the tweet that was just up there though, Lita's theme song is fucking phenomenal. That's the best thing about her to me.
Yeah, I mean,
I love that fucking theme song.
Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was more of a Lita guy than a Trish guy, but I'm not like huge on either of them. Like
I wasn't like huge on Trish. I was huge on like Beth.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was more into like the ruthless aggression, like, or not the post ruthless aggression pre PG era women, like the Mickie Jameses, Beth, and Melina, and all them.
We all know how I feel about Mickie James, so.
But you know.
We all know how Trish feels about Mickie James too.
That's why I like Trish for so long, because of the Trish Mickie feud.
No, I understand. That makes sense. But the match itself, I didn't love that. I mean, it's what I expected. Becky had to do all the work for her team, which meant she just sold for Damage Control the whole match, which is good. She made them look good. She made Io and Dakota look really good, and she even sold for Bayley. Like, even though Bayley was going to take the pin, so she sold for all of them so that they looked a little better despite the fact that they were going to lose. And that's the way you should do it. And I don't want to compare to like anyone else because I think someone who I normally criticize for this sort of thing did a really good job of it later in the show. But that's the sort of thing. Damage Control did not need that win. Random tweet on the screen. They needed to lose and disband. Winning here would have done absolutely nothing for them, and then they would just still be broken up by the summertime. So what would be the point? It's literally, and I said this on the prediction show, it's like when you had the League of Nations beat the New Day just for them to be broken up within a month, and the New Day to be there for years and years to come. Like, it's the kind of shit the WWE does. It's the wrong move every time. It's okay to just have the face of the. We never complained when Sting wins. You notice that, right? Sometimes it is okay to just have the legends win. There's context, and there's situations where you do it right. And this is one of those situations. Granted, I'm not saying this, Lita shouldn't be taking the kind of bumps that Sting's taking. Sting shouldn't be taking the kind of bumps that Sting's taking.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, there's an okay time for this, and Damage Control winning was never the right move. And anyone who thinks otherwise, hey,
I think
you're
it's
wrong.
safe to say that Damage Control wasn't the right move.
No, yeah, it was a bot.
Period.
It was a bot. It wasn't it was a great idea. It was never good. Ever good.
It should have just stayed
never
on
good.
paper.
It was a decent idea as a vehicle to get Io and Dakota onto the roster, and I think the execution hasn't gone well.
Well, they're there now, and break this shit up so I can see Io Sky flourish the way she needs to.
And also, I want to see Face Bayley again. It's about time. She needs to come back around to being a face.
Absolutely.
It's long overdue. And you know what? Great for Dakota Kai because she's in a way better spot than we would have ever thought she would be like a year and a half ago.
She was floundering for a while.
Yeah.
So I'm glad she's doing well. Honestly, and that's kind of how I feel about both of them too. Like when they did Damage Control, I was like, sick, Dakota's got something now. And Io too, like she had just run out of shit to do on NXT. So I was like, all right, dope. They're both on the main roster. They're with Bayley. Like, we got something to fucking go here. And yeah, they won the tag titles. But other than that, as I get a fucking
twice
in my eye. Twice, thank you. But like,
like,
how good was it? So,
it was bad.
I mean, yes, two borderline 50-year-old women. I don't know how old Trish and Lita are, but they're getting up there. Yeah, they're washed. Okay.
Yeah, let them have their legend. Like, that's the thing. I agree. And they shouldn't, like, Trish shouldn't beat Io in a singles match. And Lita could beat Dakota Kai. That's fine. But, like, in a 6-person tag where you pin Bayley, the leader, who is going to have her group disband because they aren't good anymore. Like, it just didn't work the way we all wanted it to.
Right.
So let them have their match. It is okay. This is not a burial in any way. This is not harmful in any way. This will lead to more good things for everyone. So yeah, like I mean, I think most of our comment section is in agreement that Damage Control needs a split, and it's not like we don't. We all like the individuals, and we loved the idea of them together. The execution has it's been a miss, but and we've said it. A lot of people have said it. Triple H really hasn't booked the women's division that well, which is like got to be the most shocking thing about him taking over. That
a little odd.
It is. It's just very surprising because he did such a great job in NXT. So, but this match was fun. It's exactly what you should have expected it to be, and I had a good time. I was happy that Becky got the pin because she is the one that's active, and that's what the legends should be doing. You should get your legends pops and your legend moment. And it's okay that you win. You have someone who's active beat someone as opposed to, Trish pinning Dakota or even Trish pinning Bailey. Like, that's the right move, especially because Becky was the one that had to wrestle the whole match and take all the bumps and sell for these people. Like, Becky was selling from the opening bell of this match until almost nearly the end. Like, she had to do all of the lifting in this match, which we all knew going into it because, Becky's the active one.
They did it correctly. That is how you book legends, guys.
Yeah. So if you have someone selling the whole match,
matches and shit.
And if you have someone selling the whole match, let them be the one to get the pinfall at the end so that they get something back. So they're not just selling. The legend comes in, the legend picks up the win. There's so many good ways of doing this, and I think they did a pretty good job. And again, this is a match that hit the exact points it needed to hit. Like, if your expectations were higher, that's on you. Like, this is a fun middle of the card match. I feel like we've gone on about it a little too long, but I'm a little biased because I like most of these people a lot. So I, wanted to go on about it. And as always, we got a producer boy sidetracking us. We got comments sidetracking us. We got the 500 subscribers in this time. That's pretty dope.
Hey.
And because we got to 500 subscribers, our podcast mate, We've been saying it since day one. When we get to 500 subscribers, the James will rap. And now that we've hit this goalpost that's never moved, he's gonna do it. He's got to get back from WrestleMania first, obviously. But
well, yeah, and then get back from London, and then get back from wherever the fuck else he's going.
Yeah, well, let's not dox everywhere he's going. The London stuff's not wrestling related.
The man's Carmen San Diegoing around. Just one last note for me on this: they're giving. A lot of these women, Beth Phoenix, Trish, Lita, they're giving them a victory lap because they finally come around, on women's wrestling, and B, they deserve it. Like, it was so shit back in the day. Like,
absolutely.
They kind of have to give them something now where, like, to be actually respected, I guess, So I'm glad they're getting it. I know they're not. I know they're not, at their prime, but
don't lump Beth in with them in that context. Beth can still fucking go.
That's fair. But
I think Beth is always going to be able to go. She's going to be like Mae Young.
I still want the Rhea Ripley Beth singles match, but
but I think I'm enjoying this. I think they did a very good job with this match. Like you said, Becky was the one to, hit her finisher on Bailey and get the win. And it was an avalanche finisher at that. So they protected Bailey even more than they probably had to. The Lita and Trish hit their finishers on Io and Dakota too at the end. So it was well booked. It was well done. I had a lot of fun watching it. And I think when you have a Legends match like this, I think that's all you can really expect, right?
Yep. Well said.
Oh my God. Hug Life Bailey would have been much doper going against Bianca. I mean, I know it's face versus face, but that would have been John Cena versus John Cena. That would have been a dope ass feud. Fuck.
I know it didn't work on the main roster. I miss Hugger Bailey so.
Hugger Bailey worked on the main roster. What?
They ruined it. It's not that it didn't work. They ruined it.
No, they fucked it up. They
did, but it worked.
When This Is Your Life tour, it was the end of the gimmick.
Yeah, yep.
And I miss her so much.
I need her to do that.
I need the Bailey buddies back.
I said that crazy scenario where Trish turns on Becky and Lita, and Damage Control turns on Bailey, and then Becky and Bailey team up as baby faces. And we're getting there. It could still happen. Oh no. Oh no. Anyway, moving on. That's
I was gonna say, yeah, no, get that fucking racist off my screen.
well, he was
let's-
racist. I thought he was just a homophobe.
Oh, maybe he.
But
honestly, he was
I mean,
probably
they
right.
usually go hand in hand.
Yeah.
So, but we're not gonna get political here because we have 500
Yeah.
subscribers and we're
Yeah.
trying to make the
Anyway,
people happy.
my shit's super out of order on this thing, so we are going to go to. Do we think turning
to
Bailey
answer
heel was
your question,
a mistake?
No.
no.
No,
it wasn't
I
a
think
mistake, it's just
the
gone
only
on too
mistake
long.
was keeping her heel when she came back at SummerSlam.
Yes. Yep.
That's when the heel character jumped the shark,
Mhm.
or as I like to say, jumped the carp. But other than that, no, that was the best thing that ever happened to her was turning heel. Or the best thing that happened to her after they ruined her was turning her heel. It's just the comeback was the botch. Nothing before that was a mistake. Everything before that was fantastic.
Yep. Agreed.
But yeah, moving on to maybe match of the night or tied for match of the night with maybe 2 or 3 other matches.
Yeah, no, this was one of the top matches of the night. We saw Seth freaking Rollins against Logan Paul. KSI was involved in the very obvious, what was it, his like water company costume or whatever the hell it was.
It was energy drink, but I always appreciate you
Energy
saying
drink.
water the way you say water.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
he
as
says
we
it's
saw
water.
there, via producer boy, Logan Paul splashed him through a table. Personally, I was a little surprised it was KSI. I thought it was going to be Jake Paul, his brother.
Who is KSI?
So he's another YouTube boxer guy.
Wait,
and
I don't care. Actually, you just talk about the match.
I genuinely was confused because I thought Jake was trying to fight KSI again, and that's why I was a little confused. But I digress.
When are you fighting SRS? Because he keeps popping.
Again, never. I like him.
Wasn't he a wrestler at one point in time? Or wasn't he training to be a wrestler?
I mean, I'm sure he trained to take a couple bumps
On
for a
the
video
indie?
or some shit. You know,
He's the Fightful.com guy. That's all I got.
he's Ethan Page's friend.
Stop trying to create beef between me and.
It's not beef. It's more like it's just a fight. You know.
Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall.
When they do like the YouTube boxing stuff where YouTubers box each other, you
I
guys
can't
just
box.
do
I
that.
have 8 concussions.
Oh my god! How many times are you gonna bring up the concussions, man? What are you gonna tell us next? You're colorblind?
No, I'm
What
going to
happened
tell
to
you I failed the tuberculosis test. What did happen in this match?
it was a lot.
I can tell you Seth won. I know that. He had a stomp to win.
Rightfully so.
Yep. Yeah, you're right, though, Danny. This was one of the better matches of the night. You can also see how off the rails this goes when I don't write notes. But no, it's insane. Honestly, Chad, it's almost annoying how good Logan Paul is at wrestling. Like, the kid just stepped into the ring 2 years ago, and he's a fucking natural at it. And maybe it's just because it's him and the way he has conducted himself in the past. But the fact he's able to come in and put on a minimum 4.5-star match is unbelievable.
I mean, we touched on it in the predictions video. It's, you can tell, yeah, like James said, garbage human, great wrestler. Like I don't think anything like encompasses that enough. He really is like, he's just shitty as a person, but he can go in that ring. I don't know if it's like just the athleticism, but I can tell there's some passion in there. Like, he has a love for the sport, and it just, I mean, well, I don't know for sure, but it seems like it. I think he storytells well in his matches. I don't know if that's, no, you don't think that's
He does.
passion?
No, he
or,
does.
No,
okay,
he's got the psychology down, no doubt.
yeah, like I guess him. Maybe he's just a really good student, and I don't know. He has knowledge as if he's been wrestling for like a decade. Honestly, like, he's so good. It stinks. I fucking hate it, and I hate that he keeps having fucking great match after great match after great match. And it's not just his opponent. It's literally him. It's always 50-50.
Well,
Like,
no,
one's
no.
carrying
It
him.
was actually 70-30 him when he fought The Miz. So let's give the man his fucking props.
Okay. It was 70-30 when he fought The Miz. But I'm just saying that it's not.
He carried Miz to a good match. You know.
Okay, he carried Miz.
Well, you can see he knows this because the man is very good at portraying his brand, right? Obviously,
Correct.
whether you love him or hate him, he's very good at portraying his brand, and that translates to the ring psychology, where he knows what he does in the ring, he's doing to get you to hate him.
Yeah,
which he's very good at. Like he understands that very well. Him is his brother too. Like I fucking hate both of them. I do
ever want to see.
I really do. I only watched his brother just to watch him lose in boxing, and he finally did. Thank God. So
the only bad thing I can say about this match is their attires were fucking atrocious.
I think Logan's was fine, but Rollins's was really bad.
Oh, I was so color confused.
Logan's was like
it wasn't good, but it was
like,
inoffensive to me. It was just there.
It wasn't offensive. It was just loud as fuck. Like
okay.
Maybe I'm used to just like the cool collective black and yellow leather. Like the blue, I think threw it off. It was
was blue.
Oh, yes.
Shit. Oh,
okay. No, I thought he did.
Honestly, it wasn't.
I thought he did like a purple and yellow.
No, he was wearing almost the same colors you're wearing right now.
No, it wasn't this color.
It wasn't that blue. However, it was closer to
it was blue and yellow.
I just assumed he did like a purple. I know Seth was in. I don't even know what the fuck Seth was in.
Seth was in the bad pink, the same pink that the Young Bucks wore like a year or two ago. Where
it was a
pink
and then something else.
It was red on his boots. It didn't look good. I work in the fashion industry. Trust me, it didn't look good.
It was a goofy color scheme.
And it was like glittery, but like loud. It wasn't like a soft powder pink. I don't know. I guess
that was blue.
Oh my lord.
It was forum blue.
I promise you. No, it wasn't foreign. It was literally
forum blue.
Oh, it was literally royal blue, just metallic.
No, that's back in the day, the Lakers didn't want to be called purple, so they used to call them the color they said was forum blue, and it was just after the LA Forum, but it was just purple.
Also, I didn't love the HBK entrance either.
Oh, I liked it. I thought it was interesting.
I thought it was lame.
Yeah, but he's lame.
Wait.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
I didn't think it was lame. Well, I mean, I guess it was kind of lame, but I didn't think it was lame. I think it was just very on brand. Like, it was very, like, ego-driven, arrogant. Like,
with the mic on?
Yeah, it was so douchey. Like, but
yeah.
It was on brand.
He comes in on the fucking thing, and then he comes down, and his like sponsor mascots like right next to him. It was so fucking lame. And granted, that's probably his. It's on brand for him, but I mean, like, dude, that's the way you're gonna come into WrestleMania.
I should have known that I would hate like him when he came to the ring with the fucking holographic Charizard Pokemon. I should have known from then because I'm like, oh fuck, like that's kind of cool, but
the golden PSA 10.
Yeah, like he had it on the necklace, and I was like, who the fuck is this guy? I should have known from there that I would like him enough, but hate to like him.
Oh, man,
yeah,
I was gonna say I hated him just because he drove the price of that card so much more. Actually, I hate him strictly because he drove the price of Pokemon cards in general. So that's a different podcast. Go ahead, Danny. I'm sorry I cut you off.
I thought PSA was the more valuable one, James, but whatever. I was gonna say this match had my other unbelievable kick out spot other than the main event, which was Seth Rollins kicking out at 2.9993,
Oh yeah.
That was fucking sick from the one punch man punch or whatever that Logan does. That was fucking great. It's great that Seth is so over. It's great that someone who had a special entrance won the match instead of losing it, which is a trend we're moving away from over the years. But I'm glad we're moving away from that.
Agreed.
And I loved everything about. I wish this went on when it was dark out. That's my only complaint. Is I wish it was dark out when this went on. I know we're indoors, but you can still feel it. You know, like it was so good. Logan's great. A terrible human. I hope he gets eaten by a T-Rex. But you know, amazing wrestler. He has great facial expressions. He gets it. He is good. He has good kickouts. He's unbelievably athletic. I hope he ends up like Simba's dad in The Lion King in some way, shape, or form.
Oof. You wanted to get Mufasa?
Yes.
Rest in peace, Mufasa.
I hope he accidentally swallows the magic school bus and then it re-expands inside of him, you know, but he's fantastic, you know.
Why couldn't Ant-Man just go up Thanos'?
He said he said, bro.
I don't. First of all, who the fuck is JD from NY? I only know one JD from NY, and he's in our fucking chat all the time. I don't even know if he's from NY, but the only JD I know is JD Davis and JD from our chat. But
he's in San Francisco now.
Yeah, but good for him. You know, he needed the change of pace, but the change of scenery.
Terrible trade though. We got.
Oh yeah, we got there. It was terrible, absolutely terrible. I hope that guy is sad for the next 5 years. But good on them. Good on Seth. I know Seth. You know Seth is bad at interviews, and he'll say stuff that I'm like, you sound like a tool. You know, and he's talking about how he thinks he deserves to main event this WrestleMania, and he deserves to main event WrestleMania. I don't know if this one was the one. I'd actually rather have him main evented last year over Brock Lesnar. But, you know, Seth, this in a way, this is the best spot you can be in. This not the main event. And it's arguable. Logan Paul is a bigger star than Roman Reigns at the moment. Yeah. And people will look that up. And you're the guy that beat him. And Roman beat him, but you beat him at WrestleMania. And that's pretty fucking dope. Seth deserves this moment. I think Seth is the new Mr. WrestleMania. I think I've seen that debate going around online a bit lately.
Too, Who are the other participants in the?
There's not. There's just people who are just like, it's not Seth because he's lost, and it's all people who are dumb and they're like using, I guess, kayfabe and they're like, but he's lost like half his matches, and it's like, but it's the quality of the matches. Like Michael's lost a shit ton of his matches too, and
I was about to say Shawn Michaels lost twice to the Undertaker like 2 years in a row.
Yeah, and he lost a bunch of other ones too.
Mr. WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's the thing. People are like, it's the Undertaker. And I'm like, what? Like, you know, the Undertaker didn't have great WrestleMania matches until like the streak became a thing.
Right.
You know.
And even when the streak was a thing, all of his matches weren't like really that good.
Yeah, but you know, that's it. I don't want to piss anyone off by saying that, so we'll move on. Logan Paul's great. I hope Elmer Fudd shoots him in the face. I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep it cartoonish, so you guys don't get fucking all shock and awe about me saying this shit. But he's a fantastic wrestler. We need him, and I wish he would go to. Hopefully, he goes to jail for one of the things he does one day. But until then, let's enjoy some great wrestling matches. And good on you, Seth. You deserve this shit. You're the man.
Obligatory fuck Rovell.
Who? I don't know who that is.
The guy on the Twitter screen right now. It's just obligatory. Trust me. If you're a sports guy, you know.
Good to know.
I had things. I don't remember. Oh, actually, the only thing I really have about this, after you guys have pretty much covered everything about it, they kind of fucked up Seth's entrance with the conductor. They probably should have cut the music off at one point and let him actually conduct the crowd without the music.
Yeah.
Let him go. And they started at one point, and then I don't know if he went early or they went late, but either way, they had it, and they fucked it up. So
Yeah.
but either way, it was cool. I'm glad. Obviously, Seth won at right call. So
Yeah.
good stuff.
That jacket was so offensive.
What's Seth's
Honestly,
jacket?
Yeah.
The jacket was it's I had more problem with the pants, but you know,
Oh yeah, yo, the pants were hard. Like
The
the
pants were the
fucking
problem.
bubble fabric encapsulated into pink. It was bad.
it's like, bro, we just learned that lesson from the Young Bucks like a year ago at a pay-per-view. Like it's not a good color to put on TV. It just
Can we
doesn't
stop-
work
can-
on camera.
Can we stop talking about colors?
I'm so sorry. And
Oh.
what happened after this, buddy?
You know what? That is
Wait, champ, what happened next, champ?
I'm going to skip around a bit. We're going to quickly cover the surprise match, which was Pat McAfee surprising all of us and taking on The Miz. It was about 2.5 minutes. For those of you who hate fun, Eric, you probably didn't like this match, but it was really nice to see McAfee come out. I thought there was a really good spot between the Women's SmackDown Championship match, which we will get to, and the main event. You know, just a little bit of levity. It let everything breathe a bit, Danny. And, you know, we got McAfee on the card. And I said this in our chat and on Twitter. The purest thing in wrestling right now is Michael Cole's bromance with Pat McAfee.
The only thing I truly enjoyed about this was Michael Cole's
You
happiness.
hate fun, Eric. You hate fun.
he does.
Like, this was fine. It was fun. It was tangentially fun, but I also kind of didn't care that much. But like,
you
that's
weren't
fine.
supposed
Yeah,
to.
it's fine.
It was a cool down.
It was spontaneous.
But all this made
Red
me.
Kittle got involved.
Who are these people you keep talking about?
It's George
I don't need an
Kittle.
explanation. I will never remember this.
No, it's George Kittle. Greg Kittle's a joke from a different podcast.
Oh, Adam Cole.
George Kittle
Oh, that's funny.
is the tight end for the Niners. He loves wrestling. He's the guy who got the Penta mask during when they played in Mexico. Like he loves wrestling. So him getting involved is awesome. He probably had a phenomenal time.
And you said this guy's name was Kettlecorn?
George Kittle.
Okay, I'll definitely remember that.
You don't
yeah,
have to.
This was
just
fine.
Just draft him in your fantasy league. That's all you need to know.
My thing is the thing I like besides Cole and his genuine love for Pat McAfee, I liked that the host can't why was Miz the host? He didn't do anything the whole show.
Get his ass beat.
Don't have a host if you're not gonna separate matches with cuts of the host like backstage interacting with other people or these shows don't need to be longer with fluff like that, but not every we need some of these video packages, but they don't need to be as long and just have instead of having borderline commercials in between matches, have the hosts.
They're commercials. They're not borderline commercials. They're commercials.
Yeah. Have the hosts do stuff backstage with people.
We had that in NXT actually earlier in the show. Like they had Pretty Deadly were the hosts, and they were just going around and fucking with people the whole night. So,
first of all, Naz, I'm gonna just correct you real quick. You actually, what you got to do is you put a period after Jobberman because it's not a now thing; it's an always thing. So that's just a quick correction. I don't mean to be a grammar police type of guy, but
former WWE
jobbers don't win.
He was literally a jobber as the champion, both times. Both times he was a jobber.
But the
WWE beat John Cena.
He cried to get out of a match with Bobby Lashley. He cried and pretended to shit his pants. Essentially,
beat John Cena at WrestleMania.
That no one remembers.
Well,
I remember it.
Yeah, because you're at that weird age of appreciation for the worst times in WWE.
Me?
You know me. The Miz.
You. And then this
role.
guy is weirdly optimistic despite not having the personality of an optimistic person.
The Miz has a perfect role in WWE. He plays it to a T, and he married one of the most gorgeous women I've ever seen. like the man has the perfect life right now. Leave him alone.
Yeah, and that role is a jobber. There's nothing wrong with that. He's good at it.
It's not a job. He's the mid card guy, and he's so good at it.
He's so much further below mid card right now.
He is WrestleMania.
Yeah, cool. Which also means nothing, by the way.
And he fought Pat McAfee. He lost, but
cool. Yeah, so did Theory, and Theory didn't get much better.
Thank you, Nas. Thank you.
Yeah, the best job in the world as a jobber, a well-paid jobber. Yeah, he's living the fucking life, bro. James Ellsworth wishes, bro. Like, what are you talking?
I think Dolph Ziggler should phase into this.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler wishes too, man. Like, I'm not saying the Miz isn't good at his job. I'm clarifying what his job is. Okay, and then there we go. Can we talk about who are these people? You guys?
This afternoon.
Like, yeah, we had a whole show about it. I'll be ultimately.
You know what it is, baby.
There we go. We got the copy.
Oh, hey, Jada Kiz.
Oh, boy.
But Chad, you like this, I assume, right?
Oh yeah, this was fun for me. I was going to go to the bathroom until I heard Pat McAfee's music, and I said, "Oh shit!" And then I came back, sat down. I was like, "Oh, they're gonna have a match," and it was fun for me. I don't care who Pat fought. I think I'm just a Pat McAfee fan.
Look, like I said, realistically,
I really like him. No, you're good.
Yeah, no, I love Pat, obviously, but realistically, this was here to accomplish two things. One, it was a cool down between the phenomenal women's match, right? Like I said, and two, it was so everybody can go pee one last time before the main event.
Right.
Like that's what it was here for.
You could have also peed during the video package.
Well, porque no los dos. Those lines are long.
True.
Unless you're in the good seats, and even then,
this was also a great sequenced and timed event as well. I mean, it was longer than it needed to be, but it was still really good.
Yeah, and I think this is one of those things we always talk about with the AEW pay-per-views where they don't have commercials or extended video packages between every match. So that was really funny, actually. Aaron Rodgers' personal propaganda machine. As somebody who's a Jet fan and I'm waiting on that trade, that both cut deep to the bone and was hilarious. But like I said, AEW doesn't have these video packages or the commercials in between, and it adds a different level of pacing to WWE shows that, as somebody who likes to get up after a match, use the bathroom, grab a beer, grab a snack, especially at home, it's really nice. And in the stadium too, like when I'm there, it's nice. You can try to grab a beer, time things out depending on whether or not you like the match. But it doesn't have to be a beer. It could be a soda or whatever you want. It's different. Whereas AEW match ends, they do the replays. People are barely off out of the ring, and they're hitting the motherfucking music for the next match. So I do. It's weird as it is. I do actually like the pacing of WWE pay-per-views.
No, it's not weird. They've gotten way better at it. They're good at it. AEW is not good at it. They need to fix that, and that's fine.
I say weird just because there are commercials, and you think one would hate commercials, but in this instance, it's actually pretty solid.
Yeah, even when they do like only 4 matches and like it ends right at like 10:50, it still ends up being sequenced wonderfully.
Oh, those are the best sequence ones.
No, yeah, I was about to say those are actually the best live events.
Honestly, one of the best timed out days I've ever had today, because NXT ended tight, the Mets ended right like an hour before WrestleMania ended because baseball's short now, and then WrestleMania ended nice and quick.
Undefeated in April. Undefeated.
Vivan los Mets. I know I have a Dodger hat on. It's just
anyway. We got to move on, man.
we
can't
spent way too much
talking
time on
about
this. All right, so we got 2 more matches left. We're gonna go into the real nitty gritty here. We will go now to Rey Mysterio versus Dominik Mysterio. This was awesome. Dom had a phenomenal entrance, being taken out of jail, driven into the arena by the corrections officers. He came out with a mask on, through the crowd with the handcuffs on, uncuffed, near the ring. And I was like, this was the best entrance of the night. And then Ray comes out to a nothing but a G thing with Snoop in the lowrider. And then they play Viva La Raza. And then they play Booyaka Booyaka. And Ray immediately overshadowed him. But Ray ended up winning. And that's fine. Like, I picked against Ray, and I thought that Dom probably should have won. But even in the loss, Dominik became a star tonight. He was so good. He was booed mercilessly in a good way. Like, his heel work was phenomenal. Throwing the drink in his sister's face, getting in his mother's face, going after his father. Everything he did tonight was so good. And obviously, towards the end, we had Latino World Order, newly reformed with Santos Escobar. And those guys, they came in and dealt with Judgment Day because Finn and Damian Priest were out there. But, Danny, I loved this match. Dominik, even in the loss, Dominik is a star now. He was so fucking good in this match.
Shit, man, you threw the wrong guy first.
You didn't like this, eh? Oh, you didn't like this. Oh, fuck. All right.
Yeah, this is one where Dom losing just kind of dampened my overall view of the match.
Did it take all the air out of it for you? Is Dominik losing like that much of a detriment to the match for you?
Yeah, because it's man. Okay, that was funny when they did.
Yeah, Ray whipping him with the.
But
Michael Cole also. I'm sorry, not to cut you. Michael Cole, phenomenal in this match.
Yes, he was.
So good.
I mean, I think it's funny. It's weird, but in a funny way. How pro hitting your kid Michael Cole is. He's been begging for this for months. It's like, does Michael Cole have a kid? Because now I'm worried about that kid. Even if that kid's an adult now, I'm still kind of worried.
Really quick side note. Oh, James, hey.
Hey, guys.
Oh, no.
Back in your hotel?
Yeah, back at the Airbnb. I needed to hop on for this match just because of how special it was. It was amazing. It was amazing. The crowd, I don't think, was more invested in anything besides the main event.
I believe
we
that.
Hear it. Yeah, we can hear it. Like, you guys were really going for this match.
This was Dom in his... It all came together for him today. Dom was able to figure out exactly what this character needed to be. It was a great WrestleMania moment, but I'm so upset that they didn't do it sooner. Like, this should just be his gimmick. Coming out, like, do you remember when Kane was unmasked and he came out, like, always chained up and shackled? This should just be Dom's entrance. Like, this should just be his shtick now. And I think it's amazing.
The reverse Goldberg. I saw somebody call it.
The crowd very much wanted Dom to win, but nobody was upset that Ray won. Like,
do you think Dom should have won?
Do I think Dom should have won? Yes, I think Dom should have won. Because if this feud continues and Dom gets the win, it's going to be good, I guess. But they missed out on the moment here. They missed out on Dominik Mysterio beating Hall of Fame father Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania.
James, producer boy is asking you to turn your phone sideways.
Oh.
So your landscape. There you
go. Look,
hey.
It's James.
So
thank you, James.
Great match. The belt, everyone freaked out. Everyone freaked out with the belt. And everyone played their part here, from Judgment Day to LWO to Bad Bunny. To Aaliyah and to I actually don't know Mrs. Mysterio's name, but it was great all around. And people got choked up when Eddie's music played. The freak out that happened when Viva La Raza played was just, oh God, you can't recreate that moment. You just can't recreate that moment.
No, I mean, I loved all of that. I was saying before you hopped in, like, I know Dom ended up losing, but I agree with you. Like, this was a star-making performance for Dom. It was everything from the entrance to his interactions with his sister when he threw the drink in her face and everything that came with it. Like, he was just so good in this match.
And can I point out, James, I think the battery on the smoke detector in your room is dying.
For 3 days here at the Airbnb, it's been dying. I'm afraid to take because then I don't want to be liable with Airbnb. But yeah, it's been
Rip it out of the wall.
Nothing bad ever happens at Airbnbs.
No.
But
this was the most fun match of the night, I think. Not the best match, but I think it was the most fun match of the night. And that includes the tag team match because the Fatal 4-Way tag team match. This was just Ray played Ray beautifully. Dom played Dom beautifully. And it felt like the ultimate payoff.
Yeah. Nas brings up a good point in the chat. It was all about Dom.
It was.
It really was.
I think I read a report before today saying that this program is probably going to continue after this.
Well, yeah, they clearly set up Bad Bunny and Ray versus probably Dom and Damian Priest in Puerto Rico. So,
and then we'll probably have another Edge Finn Balor match at that show too, because
but
it's never gonna end.
Yeah, and we'll get some, more Latino World Order stuff. I'm sure they're gonna put one of those shirts on Bad Bunny because they do that. They'll sell like hotcakes. So
that whole stable is gonna skyrocket.
Yeah,
it should not skyrocket above Judgment Day. However,
I mean, shit, I want one of those shirts.
Oh, it was so crazy too because I've been around all weekend doing all the shows. There were a crazy amount of LWO shirts even before SmackDown when Ray gave the shirts out.
People love them.
I don't doubt that. I've seen them before this week, but the sheer number was eerie to then see Ray do that.
I mean,
if I don't know how to
plant. It was a plant.
If there's one thing Spanish people love, it's letting people know that we're Spanish.
I believe that. But guys,
that
was sense. I don't want to keep. You guys have been killing it. Congrats on the 500. I'm so proud of you guys. You nailed it tonight. But I love you. I love WrestleMania Night 1 was great. I will be reporting back when I can off of WrestleMania Night 2. Don't stay up too much later. It is late for me here, so it's got to be even later for you back home.
Absolutely.
Oh, fuck, I haven't even looked at the clock.
It's still April Fool's Day where you are.
It is. It is. And
which means it's still Logan Paul's birthday.
Oh, Lord.
Well, that's a bummer to go out on, so thank you.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, it's also then still my grandfather's birthday, so
I care more.
Is that Dom playing a PSP? Jesus Christ.
It'd be worse. He could have been playing one of the WWE video games, and Ray
would have beat his ass.
Yep. God, looking at that picture, it looked like he would have grown up to be a fuck boy, but man, have the years not been kind.
All right.
James, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Go do something with that fucking smoke alarm so you can actually sleep.
And remember, watching, like, and subscribe here at the Mark It Down podcast, all over social media, but especially right now, give us a follow, a sub, and a like on YouTube. Thanks, guys. Enjoy WrestleMania.
Thank you, James. Enjoy tomorrow night. We appreciate you hopping in again.
Yes, sir.
Have fun. Say hi to Papa G. I mean, I don't. Oh, Danny just fucking ducking out real quick. I'm sure he'll be back. Probably has to go take care of one of the cats. But probably. No, Chad. As I was saying before, I think Dom should have won this match, but I don't think it should take away from the fact that this was a star-making performance for him.
Absolutely. I mean, I was with you in the predictions. I definitely thought Dom should win. I still think Dom should have won. However,
yeah, I had a sweep for Judgment Day.
Yeah, like everything that happened, like I almost don't care because the match, the entrance, the video package, the shenanigans, the stables, LWO, Judgment Day, Aaliyah, Mrs. Mysterio, like everything combined. Like, well, first of all, I almost couldn't get past Dominik's entrance. Like, I loved it until Ray came out, and I was like, "Oh,
Dom is so good.
It's so good. Death Row Dominik is amazing." But like
the teardrop.
as soon as I heard Eddie, I said, "Oh shit! What can you do?" I mean, who didn't love Eddie? Like, to the point where I almost got mad. I was like, "All right, he has to stop using Eddie and leave me alone," because I kind of rooted for him when he came out, and I was like, "No, you're supposed to be going for Dom. Don't switch it up." But oh man, I've said on this podcast, I'm quite sure multiple times, how much I've hated Dom and how much I thought he was lame and trash and he needed to rework everything. I think I said at one point he had to go to NXT. Like, I made him go to NXT to just brush up on the fundamentals, and boy, oh boy, am I eating egg or whatever it is. Egg is on my, yeah, I'm eating
egg on your face, you eat
and
crow.
Egg is on my face, yeah, whatever. Boy,
Danny.
Boy, am I eating
sorry,
crow.
I thought we were going to sleep because James told us to. My bad.
But yeah, I'm eating crow. Dominik is one of the best things going on Raw. I mean, Judgment Day in its entirety, but Dom especially, he's been making great strides. He looks great in the ring. His promos have been much better. The fucking Death Row Dominik storyline is amazing as hell. I don't know. He's playing into this heel shit like much better than I ever expected. I swear I could not. If I did not have this on my 2023 bingo card at all, that Dom would be liked by me.
But yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, you're not wrong. When he was with his father, it was he was just kind of bland, and it was like, okay, he's just
it was nepotism.
Ray's son.
Just,
a nepo baby, I think the kids are calling him now.
Yeah.
So, him turning heel completely lent a whole new character arc for him, and it completely turns him around. It's I see this on Reddit all the time. It's one of the best jumps in terms of character we've seen in a very long time, especially at such an early stage in someone's career. Going from, you're Ray's kid to, running with Judgment Day. I think Rhea is what truly
absolutely
brought him out of his shell. Like, being able to pair up with her and, do the whole, mommy thing. And then the prison thing is both fantastic and hilarious, and at the same time it kind of like we have to kind of take it seriously to an extent. Right. Like it's I don't want to call it's so dumb it's good, because it's not dumb, but like it's one of those things where like
great, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, no, it really truly is. And I know Danny, he lost because this is what we were talking about when you accidentally went to sleep. Like, he ended up losing, but I don't think this takes away from Dom. Like, he had such a great performance tonight where I don't see him losing his momentum out of it.
No, I don't think he will, because, part of his character is that he does suck. So, like, he can lose to literally anyone, and it's fine. This just was an opportunity to get heat with a stadium full of 90 whatever thousand made up number they threw out there tonight. You don't he can beat him down the line, but you don't get that many people booing in one building, that often. So that's my only disappointment is like the heat, man. Just all the heat
I
he
agree.
could have gotten.
I do agree.
But like Dom is like Teflon right now, like because again, this part of his character is that he sucks, and they've steered into that skid. So like, you said it was dumb, but it's not. But it is dumb. That's what's the beauty of it is that they've been like, man, this guy really sucks. We gotta like make that the whole thing. They literally steered into the skid and avoided disaster. So like they've saved Dom by admitting that Dom sucks. He retires right down the line, which is cool. But like,
eventually,
when do you get 94,832 people booing? In the
next
stadium
year at WrestleMania.
But I don't think the heat lasts that long.
Yeah, they should have pulled the trigger tonight. I agree with that.
But
ultimately, it's fine. Like it's okay. Whatever.
Well, I was gonna say like Ray's not ready to retire clearly, so I mean, I would have had Dom win. I think it would have been better for his character to win, even though obviously he's a piece of shit, and I want him to lose as a fan, being worked. But I think it would have been better for his character.
Rey Mysterio has been losing so well for so many years that I think it would have been absolutely perfectly fine if he lost tonight.
Yeah, and I understand, like, he went in the Hall of Fame and everything this weekend.
That was his win.
It would have been fine.
He could have taken that and left. Also, like I said in the chat, I think Dom's ability to play victim and villain at the same time is unparalleled. That shit is great. Like Danny said,
great point.
He's supposed to suck, and we know he's like a douche. But when like last week, I didn't watch Raw, but I saw the highlights in the video package when Ray finally hit him, and he's like, "Yo, I can't believe you hit me." I'm like, "What the fuck?" He's been needing to hit you for months now, and you're actually surprised that he hit you. It's just, I don't know. It's epic storytelling. It is dumb, like you guys said, but it's like it's supposed to be that way.
He's genuinely a wannabe gangster. Like,
yeah, like
that's his whole character.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Like he's hard until you actually go at him, and then like you hit him, and then he's like, "Oh no, like don't hit me." That's his whole character, and it's perfect. He's doing it so well, and because he's got the backup the most of the time of Finn, of Priest, of Rhea, he's able to do that, and it's working out great for him. We'll see what comes next. Like I said, I do think we're going to end up with the Bad Bunny and Rey Mysterio versus probably Dom and Damian Priest in Puerto Rico at Backlash. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Look, Dom has been so good that I forgot Damian Priest was in the stable.
Well, I mean, he's on the show. Like, they interfered. So
still, I said, who's the guy with the long hair? Look at Punishment Martinez.
My guy's from the Bronx. You gotta, respect him.
He is from the Bronx.
Yeah, he's from both the Bronx and Rockland, so he's like me but taller and more handsome.
I find that hard to believe because you're incredibly tall and
and you're more handsome.
Thank you.
Yeah, like you.
That might be the nicest thing both of you have said to me on this podcast.
Really?
That I'm kind of tall and kind of handsome. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Hey, there's no kind of. There's no kind of.
No, that's definitely the nicest thing you guys have said to me. I'm gonna take that compliment and immediately move on to the next match.
Yeah.
And speaking of Rhea Ripley, she faced off against Charlotte Flair for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. Now, I said this on both on Twitter and in our chat. This is a very tough spot on the card because we're following the Rey and Dom match. Get very emotional. Everyone was very into it. And it was right before the main event, which was also going to be a very emotional match. And I thought they played this perfectly because they started a little slow. And Danny, you said this in our chat. It started slow. And then once everybody started coming back from their seats and getting into things, they fucking hit it into the highest gear and they went all out. And this ended up being fucking believable towards the end of it. Charlotte had some serious fucking battle scars out of this. She looked great. We'll, talk about her selling in a minute, but I thought she looked great. Rhea looked unbelievable. She won with a riptide, and I thought just all around this was really, 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 really good. I'm glad Rhea won. She was the right person to win, Danny. And as I said in our prediction show, this could be a really good match if they have the time and they actually, actually go for it. And yes, Charlotte, big smile on her face. She knows they did something right because they fucking did. But I thought this match was phenomenal.
Man. Again, probably should have thrown the chat first. But
I know.
I mean, I won't, because I definitely feel like I'm going to be in the majority of this, but I don't think I hated Charlotte smiling at the end, but we'll talk about that in a minute or two.
That I agree with, but yeah. We'll talk about the match and then we'll talk about the aftermath.
Yeah, I thought the beginning of the match was really I was not into this in the beginning of this match at all, and I was ready to lambast it in almost a hater-ish sort of way, but it picked up so well and it did a great job. I disagree with some of the generic overly praising tweets being
no.
thrown back. First of all, it'll be SmackDown because it's a SmackDown Women's title, but you are right in that aspect. But
she better fucking not.
I mean, gotta get those numbers up, gotta get those numbers up. But this match, when it picked up, it really picked up. And that's the thing. We keep getting these blow away women's matches 3 years in a row. We had Becky Bianca last year. We had Bianca Sasha the year before. And the year before that, we really didn't have it. Surprisingly, Asuka Rhea didn't click. And, hey, last year, I criticized Charlotte all the time. And rightfully so. But, she also had something to make up. Her match with Ronda last year was bad, when was Charlotte's last truly good WrestleMania match? I guess it was the one against Rhea the first time.
And that was in the Performance Center too.
Yeah, so that one's kind of hard. It was good for the context, but I think it would have been even better if they had a match in front of a crowd. So it's kind of hard to truly judge that one or any of the pandemic era matches. But she had something to prove tonight too, and prove that it wasn't just the typical lol Charlotte wins, putting the title back on her in the first place, because again, this wasn't supposed to be Charlotte in the spot. It was supposed to be Rhea putting over, Ronda putting over Rhea, which is just, they were like, no, there's too many R's in one match. We can't do it. Oh, that's a fun fact.
Bravo, Rhea, bravo.
Yeah, good.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, good for Rhea, but Rhea needed this so badly, and I'm so glad that she won it. And I honestly, for the first time with a Charlotte match, I really didn't have any doubts about that, because, like I said, they picked it up in the second half and they got everyone into this match. Because the crowd was a little quiet at first, and the crowd was really into Rhea. Charlotte got a few chants because there's some stupid people in the crowd, I guess, but they really worked their asses off and got into it. And be honest, maybe, and this might be recency bias, maybe Charlotte's best match, and almost definitely Rhea's best match. And then,
at least on the main roster, I would agree with that. On the
main roster for sure, yeah.
For Charlotte or for Rhea? Because for Rhea, it doesn't matter.
I'll say por qué no los dos.
Rhea has not had a better match, I think, period. I think she can, and I think she will again, but I think this was standing above her best one. And I think it goes automatically, this match jumps into the best 3 women's matches in Mania history, which I'm just going to explain for everyone right now is this match, Becky, Bianca, and the triple threat between Charlotte, Becky, and Sasha. So this match bumps out Sasha, Bianca.
Good list.
Yeah, no, it's a great list. And then Charlotte, Asuka would be 5th in that list. But you know, and again, that probably would have been maybe even higher if the right person won, because that does matter. But I would say my major nitpicks with this match, really, Joey, I feel like you're in the minority there, but that's fine. I mean, I was bored at the beginning. I was kind of bored, and as much as the Dom Ray stuff was great, I was a little tuned out during that a little bit, so I was a little bored during that. But that's more burnout from being tired. But my nitpicks was this match, and I know that she ultimately won. But I didn't like that Charlotte kicked out of the Riptide. I would have just because I feel like the Riptide is really, really protected. So I feel like that really wasn't necessary, but it's fine. Like, whatever. That is the more nitpick of the two nitpicks. The less nitpicky, but maybe technically a nitpick. And yeah, James, she had a really good match against Toni Storm. It just wasn't as good as this match. Like, that's
if I may, really quick. I know Producer Boy put that tweet up, and it was about Charlotte and Rhea, but I love the fact that El Generico is trending for no reason on Twitter.
Oh, that's good. I didn't even look at the tweet, so that's fine. But shit, I hated Charlotte. I didn't mind necessarily that she smiled, except for the fact that, you know, she's such a villain that her smile just seems evil. But like, it's that she just got hit with an avalanche Riptide from the second rope, and you were sitting up smiling fucking moments later. Bro, like, just let it settle. Like, sell the move. Like, that is... our producer boy always talks about how great of a seller Charlotte is. I'm like, no, because she does shit like this, where she used to be the best seller, and now she's like just a seller when she wants to be. And she did sell for Rhea throughout this match. And don't get me wrong, Charlotte, you took those insane fucking bumps off those suplexes, like off the ropes, and just flat on the ring. But good match. I still hate Charlotte. Like, she can't change that. Like, I'm never really gonna I always respect. Well, I won't always respect Charlotte, but in this moment, I respect Charlotte. But like, I'm never gonna be a Charlotte fan again. Like, that ship has long sailed. But great match. They won us. Anyone who wasn't into it over. I don't know if they stole the show, but they certainly put themselves in the conversation. I think it really is between that, the main event, and Logan Paul Seth. Like, I think you can go either way with those three matches. And I don't think you're wrong necessarily for that.
Yeah, probably top three.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't compare, because the other matches were more designed to be fun, except for the Austin Cena match. I don't know who that was for, but you know,
Cena's ego. I kid, but no, I think you're right. Like, I understand. James tagging back in the comments.
James.
Dude, it's like not even midnight there. I understand Charlotte ending that match and wanting to smile. It was a phenomenal match. And if I was, a performer, I'd probably be, smiling too, because I'd be so excited. There's a way to do that and both sell that move. Like, you're right, Danny. Is the one thing I didn't like about that match. Sell the move. But, just be on the floor and put your head down and smile and laugh. Don't like sit there and giggle on the floor like you didn't just get hit with Rhea's finisher off the second rope.
And it also makes it seem like, again, like it is just taken a little bit away from the moment for Rhea where it's like, bro, it's not about you right now. And like, this is how many people are tweeting about that now? Like, that smile, that thing. It's like, it's Rhea's moment. Show her smiling. I did not want to see Charlotte smiling in that moment.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, and it would have been, I think, more conducive to just have Charlotte laid out on the floor, and there probably then would have been less shots of her on the floor subsequently. So it's annoying too, because I feel like that's taking away, Chad, from such a phenomenal match. Like, this was fucking awesome. And like Danny said, it was a slow build in the beginning, but I think they did it on purpose. Have to build the crowd back after the Mysterio match. But this was really, really good, and I don't really want to just focus on that end there, because this, I guess I put in the chat, this match fucked. It really did.
I completely agree.
But what about what Joey's saying, bro? Do you guys think we need Eddie back? Should WWE bring him back? Is that
Do you know necromancy? I don't know necromancy.
I was about to say.
I don't, but I don't work for the company, so
That's true. Well, Vince might because he's immortal, so
he actually might. But not to steer away because we don't go on tangents here. Yeah, I agree with you guys. I definitely think she should have just laid out on the apron or just on the floor for a minute. I do think it's deeper than just like a wicked smile, though. I think she was genuinely happy, and she.
No, I'm not saying it was meant to be wicked. I'm just saying when she smiles,
it looked wicked. Yeah, because of
because she's evil.
Character. Yeah.
No, her as a person for sure.
Yeah, because of her, I think mostly because of her character. Like when she smiles, it looks like she's just being conniving and evil. But I think she was genuinely smiling because of how well they did.
Yeah, and that's why I took it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, but it's not. I think, like to Danny's point, I think you got to be more selling the avalanche riptide more than being happy.
I absolutely agree.
And I feel bad because I don't want to chirp somebody for being happy at the phenomenal job they just did, but it is a performance that you're putting on.
No, I absolutely agree. Let's talk about how Rhea Ripley was fighting like she had never won the title in her fucking life.
Yeah, good point.
Like that's why when producer boy brought up the fact that she had won every title in the company, I was like, oh fuck, I forgot, because she was fighting, clawing like she was a rookie, like she was really fighting for her spot. Like this match was literally brutal. Like
Charlotte showed it. You could see.
Yeah, but she rolled with the punches. Like she sold during the match like she should have. I agree with you guys. She should have sold afterwards. But yeah, like it did start slow. I think we can all agree to that. And I kind of thought for a moment, I was like, well, this is going to be just like their last 2 or 3 matches. They haven't built a story. It's just not going to be good. Then I saw flashes of the chemistry coming back towards the middle. I put it in the group. I was like, they got some of the chemistry. And then from there, it was almost like jaw-dropping. Like, I might have to agree with Danny. I think this might have been the best match for both of them. I would have to really comb through Charlotte's matches, which I don't want to do because I'm not a huge Charlotte fan. But I know she's great in ring. Like, she's always been great in ring. And tonight really, really accentuated how great she is in the ring, because like I can't explain the dynamics, but the drama of it all really showed. Like I said, fucking Rhea was clawing like this was she was clawing like this was the main event. Like she made sure we knew how bad she was fighting for this match, and she told a great story that the company hasn't been telling the last month, which we've all been heckling them for. But I don't know. It translated beautifully. I love the match. And I hate to say that because, again, I'm not the biggest Charlotte fan at all. But this was good. This was all around really good. It was a great match.
It almost feels like they've heard the fact that we've all been saying this doesn't deserve to main event because there hasn't been any story. And they went, all right, fine. Fuck you. We're going to put on a main event level match and absolutely go out there and tear the house down.
Guarantee the match isn't as good if they actually did main event.
No, I think
you're probably right.
I think honestly, we've already said it, and in our mind, like the politics around it, if it were the main event, I think we automatically would have been like, boo. So whether it was good or not, it wouldn't have been as good because it shouldn't have main evented. Like it was in its proper place. Holy fuck. Holy fuck.
Solid fucking fine, producer boy. Solid fine.
That's good. Good shit. But yeah, no, I was happy as hell with it. I hope the women's match tomorrow can just keep up, because this is actually it's a tough act to follow.
Oh, I can't. I already know it's not gonna.
I mean, Bianca and Oscar are fucking good, man.
They
like,
both
no, they are, but
they could take it. They might take it as a challenge and try to win up them.
they're not gonna be allowed to. Because look, this is the thing, and again, I hate souring on this more than I already have, but this still got the Charlotte treatment where this got extra, like this got more than they would ever give Bianca, or more than they would ever give Asuka. They won't get this amount of time, and they won't get it treated like it's this big of a deal either. Like this match was great, but it had all the things working for it. It had all the machine behind it on the card itself, not in the build, obviously. But like, you know, technically this build is better than the Raw Women's titles build has been, because there's at least some history there. But it won't even come close. Now, I'm not capable, because I think every time people are like, oh, Charlotte's the best, I'm like, well, I think Asuka's actually a better wrestler than her. But than Charlotte. And then I mean, well, yeah, Rhea and Bianca are like, oh, Bianca's kind of better than Rhea too, even though I like Rhea more.
And Bianca's better than Charlotte.
That's more debatable, but I kind of agree with you. But like,
he's more athletic.
Charlotte's really fucking good.
Yeah,
I feel like we keep losing that in the weeds.
I think Charlotte
I think
look better in ring, but I think Bianca is the actual better wrestler. I'll put it that way.
I mean, she's the better athlete, but I think it's the best. And you know, I'm leaning towards agreeing with you. I just don't want to say it definitively. But I think over in the next like 2-3 years, I think that will become unquestionable. But I also don't think Bianca's carried a match yet, honestly, or carried a great match yet, because all her best matches were with Sasha
NXT.
And Becky.
No, it's all NXT that she's literally carried.
Yeah, but carrying developmental match. You can't compare her developmental matches to the top tier matches she's having on the main roster. But those matches are the ones she's having with Sasha, with Becky.
Okay, I'll give you that. Even though her versus Shayna Baszler was phenomenal, that was like a main roster match almost.
But you think she carried that match? Because Shayna was champion like for, you know, a long time. I feel like she would have been the ring general on those matches.
She looked good, but no, she didn't carry that match.
But ultimately, I do think she will supersede Charlotte in the near future. But I just, even though I kind of agree with you, I don't want to make a definitive statement on it right now. But yeah, they won't get the chance to tomorrow to outshine this. It won't even be.
I mean, I hope they do.
Question. I hope they do. I would love to be wrong.
Not even on night 2, though. You don't think?
No, because I mean, it didn't matter. The best women's matches have always been on night 1 since we've had the 2 nights. Becky, Bianca last year, Sasha, Bianca the year before.
I kind of feel like this year, like night 2 is really competing with night 1.
No, night 2 was just the Cody show.
I thought
that Intercontinental Championship.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah.
Match of both nights.
Yeah. So what chance does Asuka Bianca have? They're not going to get the time they should.
They'll be top 3, maybe though.
There are less. I don't know if there are less matches, but I mean, I'm running down the card right now, and I mean, there's the Hell in a Cell match that could do something. I think Brock Lesnar Omos, is going to be very short. It kind of feels like that type of match. I mean, the other women's match is the tag team showcase, and if that's anywhere near the quality of the men's was tonight, that could be a solid match. I think Bianca and Oscar are going to get some decent fucking time here.
Listen,
no, because Eric just said it. There's going to be or someone just said it. There's going to be a Hell in a Cell match that's going to take up 45 minutes of the card.
I just said it. Yeah,
Roman and Cody is going to be an hour of the card. It's.
Do we think? I mean, even though we know how big it is, do we think Roman and Cody is going to be match of the night?
No.
Does anybody think that? Okay.
No.
I don't think it might not be the best wrestled match of the night, but I think
it'll have the most drama.
Yeah, it'll have the most drama and probably again the feels.
Yeah. Real quick.
Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, that's gonna be the match of the night. Do you guys think Cody wins tomorrow? I say yes.
Yeah. That's what we all had in the prediction
and
show.
then,
if you would like to see our predictions, go check out our prediction show on the channel.
Yeah, and then Jay, can we finally talk about Braun? No, we talked about Braun on our NXT Stand and Deliver stream with Rev, and that was the Braun time. And then maybe on Monday we can talk about Braun if he debuts on Raw.
He lost.
Don't remind him. He knows. He doesn't want to hear it. But yeah, I want to get.
No, producer boy, stop. I watched Braun Breaker today. He was awesome. Fuck out of here with that.
Oh no, Braun Breaker is good.
Yeah, no, he's great. And it was the
really
first time
good.
I had seen a full length match of his. And I mean, I'm not as committed as Jay is here, but he's
he's good and he can go.
He's got the goods, man.
He's good and he can go. But
I think we gotta end on this question because it's WrestleMania. We shouldn't be talking about Braun, but
that's true. Oh yeah,
your favorite match of night one. What your answer, guys?
What was my favorite match?
I think I gotta go Seth and Logan.
I almost, just to piss off producer boy, want to pick Pat McAfee versus The Miz, but it's not.
Oh no, the tag team match.
Honestly,
I guess was.
Yeah, I'm going with the main event.
I'll go with the tag.
Low key, I might pick Charlotte versus Rhea.
That's not that low key. That's one of the three. That's one of the only other options.
I know, but I feel like it wouldn't be the most popular choice. I really
in this particular room, I guess, but I think we saw those tweets. People were saying that.
Yeah, no, I genuinely enjoyed it. Obviously, yeah, the main event was phenomenal. I said, at the top of the show when we were talking about it, there was that little bit of a gap in the middle there. I just kind of I checked out.
But the whole beginning of the Charlotte Rhea match was a checkout, but I guess
that's also fair. I was checked out for that too.
Quiet as kept. The dark horse of tonight for me
is the tag match
versus Dominik.
Oh, okay.
I think that was a top 3 match tonight.
It was. I was gonna say the super dark horse was probably the men's tag showcase.
Yeah,
that shit was good.
Yeah, it was way better than it had any right being.
Honestly, I agree, and I hope the women do the same thing tomorrow.
So do I. I really,
even
really
with
do.
The few Franken teams, because I don't really know much about.
I don't want to be the sour because I think I'm very. I think you guys are both very pro women's wrestling, and I think I'm even more pro women's wrestling. And I don't want to argue about that. I'm being hyperbolic to set up what I'm about to say. I don't think it'll be as fun because you got people like Natalya in there, and you got, who knows how much Ronda's gonna try. I won't write her off just yet. But what that match needs to do, all that match needs to do is
not take itself seriously.
No, all it needs to do is make Chelsea Green look amazing. And by look amazing, I don't mean win. Yeah, I know. That's why this match should just showcase how great she is. And she should be the focal point of the whole match. And that's all this match needs to do. And let Liv jump off the top rope into everyone on the floor. And
let Liv jump off of whatever she wants onto everyone.
Yeah, so that's all that match needs to do. But we'll see what it does. Yeah, I agree, James. I just wish this match meant something. But if it ends up being fun like the men's one, we'll be singing the same tune we were about that match.
I thought James hated women and foreigners.
He does, but maybe this is a different guy. We don't really know.
You know what? It's West Coast James. Maybe he got converted.
Yeah. He was booing them the whole time. That's someone who was sitting next to him wrote into us. They said he was booing all the women.
I'm going to be honest. Outside of the Intercontinental Championship match, I think night 1 is going to kind of body night 2.
It's possible.
It's a hot take.
There's a chance. No, I think there's a decent chance.
I just really enjoyed tonight, so maybe I don't know. I hope I'm in the same mood tomorrow, and tomorrow does have all the actual drama, but I don't know. Tonight is a tough act to follow.
Yeah,
I agree because I think there's a chance Brock Lesnar versus Omos might fall flat. Just because
it's already flat, regardless of how the match goes for me.
Yeah. yeah, if you don't care about it, and I think, for the most part, we all assume that Brock's on the way out, so that might suck. There's, Edge and, the Demon Finn Balor.
That's going to be great.
Sometime, yeah, no, but like sometimes since
No,
he's
it's
back,
not.
like occasionally Edge matches kind of fall flat. Like I feel like Edge has been a little hit or miss since he's
Not
been
Hell
back.
in a Cell match.
Because he's not Christian. That's the problem.
That's
So-
fine, but it's a Hell in a Cell match. He's going to show up and he's going to show out.
I hope so.
Apparently, we might
it's gonna
get
be
Bobby
great.
Lashley versus KSI, as producer boy keeps putting up on the screen here,
No,
which I, no offense, could not care less about.
no.
So, yeah, I mean, I think, we might have some very high highs and some very low lows tomorrow.
Yeah. Micah, I don't think The Rock's going to show up.
If he
Jim-
does, then night 2 bodies, night 1.
Naslin, welcome. Nice to see you.
Yeah, bad time though, because we're about to leave.
We
I'm
are,
going
we
back.
are wrapping up, but we're glad you checked in either way. Do any of you guys have any more thoughts before we tap out here?
I'm tired.
I'm going to bed. Yeah.
I was about to say it's about to be
3:00.
3:00 in the morning here on the East Coast. All you West Coasters out there in LA, you're
Yeah.
lucky. Oh yeah, LA Knight might
Yeah.
show up. Yeah.
Let me talk
So-
to you. I love LA Knight.
He's grown on me significantly.
Did you guys
That's a
see
win.
Wade Barrett shout out his promo from NWA on commentary on SmackDown the other day?
No.
No, I've never watched SmackDown. What is that?
Well, it was very, very niche. So never mind.
LA Knight or Gunther has to win the Money in the Bank. One or the other. Probably Gunther more so, but
Yeah, I think that depends on whether or not Gunther loses tomorrow. But
he's going to lose.
that is something we discussed on our WrestleMania prediction show, which again you can go check out on the channel. So I don't really have any more thoughts other than I very much enjoyed tonight. It was a lot of fun. Hot take prediction: Randy will cost Cody the titles on night 2.
I think
if
Randy
anything,
would
Randy
be.
better help him.
I think Randy would be a challenger for Cody. I don't think it'll cost him the titles because there's no point, and you got to end Roman's title reign. There's no point in keeping it going at this point.
Again, if anything, I think Randy will help him.
Yeah,
Some old
No,
legacy.
I don't
I
think
think-
so. I think he's his contender. I think he shows up the Raw. If I don't think he's cleared, but if he was, I think he would show up to Raw Mania, RKO him, and that would be his challenger at the pay-per-view. Because Roman's probably taking time off.
Super cool with that.
I think you have two options with Randy. Either he shows up, tomorrow night, and he does something non-Cody related, whether it's like Bobby Lashley or something. Who knows?
It would be Matt Riddle
Or-
if it's not Cody related. They both return the same night.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or he shows up on Monday on Raw and goes after Cody.
I say Raw, actually.
But again, like Cody wins the title, he's gonna fight Roman again.
Not
So,
necessarily.
I don't know.
I mean, if he
Do
does,
you think Roman's not gonna challenge him for the title to get it back?
Yeah, I think he's gonna go on vacation. Or what I thought before this, I think we'll get Cody, Sami, and Kevin versus the Bloodline in a 6-person tag instead.
At
And that'll be
Backlash?
amazing. Yeah. And I'll be super fucking into that.
That's possible.
But
Jay eats the pin.
I want Stardust.
I know you
anyway,
want Stardust. You're
take
not
us
getting
home,
Stardust.
Rev. Take us home, Rev.
All right. On that note, because like we said, it is 3:00 in the morning, I would like to thank everybody. We will be back tomorrow night after WrestleMania Night 2 to talk about all of those matches. Apparently, we don't really fucking care about. So be sure to check us out. We also have Danny's Raw Fast Forward on Mondays, so we'll get the Raw After Mania show. We have our Dynamite shows after AEW Dynamite on Wednesdays when James returns from his escapades all over America and Europe. We will have Gympact of Honor where James reviews Impact and Ring of Honor, and we will be live after pretty much every pay-per-view in some way, shape, or form, along with our weekly episodes, which more or less come out on Thursdays. If you want to catch us on social media and you're on YouTube, be sure to check us out in the description below. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Danny's got really, really good memes on Instagram. I will be tweeting live for tomorrow night's show, so be sure to check that out. I might start a little late because I'm coming back from my cousin's birthday, so I might have to watch the first half of my phone, so that might get a little trippy. But either way, leave me alone, man. It's my fucking cousin's birthday. Happy birthday, AJ. But either way, I will be tweeting for at least part of the show, so be sure to check us out on there. So for Dana Hernandez and Chad Big Bad Johnson and James, who was here for a little while, James Santi coming in from the West Coast. My name is Nick Cummings. Thank you so much for watching us here at the Market Down Podcast. We hope you enjoyed WrestleMania Night 1, and we hope to see you for WrestleMania Night 2 tomorrow night. Have a good night, everybody. Or I guess in this case, have a good fucking morning because it is 3 o'clock. Go to bed, kids. Peace.